there, no other fancy.
Chairman.
Fancy, you strong.
Oh, yeah, that's and so, you know, you're betting in a time we share because now what's your night chikakra?
Abada be a shamo, a Jumana Koso. Some share a year sports I walk Ghana dear. I can confidently confirm, say, a year Wontumi sports no, I don't know number one. Just say, I start BRB and I would bo.
That's right.
Na tapuku baby will be on Samra. So Otomua. Baby Bishop will be Bishop will be our Samra. Samra Juma Samra Juma. Now so 2 car. Okay, to Shaman is a Bishop at 2 car. Our Totomua. Now many ekis Zwakasa. Oh nice. Many ekis Zwakasa. Okay. That's Jumano Wontumi sports. A big swaya kase. Na be kase ya. Na ho so no bi atie abrochire me wo ho ne ade ya yi nyina. Ahwa no bi a no etie mo ye kase mo ye tough. Eno ti no me be sori anopa na Wontumi and so the kakra area to John team no said was ya study Gold Stars game na and no basso no ne tactics or the be rem nyina no one also the kakra area but nations and komo elho and na Watara Senra obomo day eku ntramiansa ya the latest never ba na coach Abubakar Watara enra and ni post match or the two that say so no or a man you fan kese pa the man was hey Watara baby all the free bed was no why a man you ni kese Watara
on one account.
Oh yeah, postman. Also a man you niggas here the maza. Watara man you no say yes or no so what man you tea. I won't come on how you be room there didn't come on. Unity Capital so no Kwampoku Enra airport now or fly Edney at your London abra Black Stars here kobo Unity Capital or then some kakra to just or say obenya a few minutes be our Black Stars ever one until latest nedie more no ewu fie pa fancy.
Wonti eno enso eno no na yaba be kwamon ni ano no share obedi kama me eye oba acknowledge ya boafo na mama yansa na real quick na yaba beto aso enso e de fredo bia se ya boafo ne ya tiefo mama daroma ana chesa prepare ram na yare nsem ne bantikapo ye wiansa na yaba beto aso. Yes, ye room no na Dr. Muzu ena no pe wota ye the pennies doctor eno no ene oba kona fi waboa obo ye chidom ena no pe janjeme dental clinic say wa juma obekọ na afro mu atimi aboa na oma ye ho adwuma dema kivo we ye 4-in-1 Gary soaking see mix no anamfe hot pepper etachwe na no pe bi dimafo Dr. time da so na darum na no pe doctor say break na offer mre ento yare so betway we bet influenza all bet no na we share calls na unyakakra every motabia ba company limited takum ni tachwe na no pe kwa mister and kwa plus wo mu adaroma omo boye chidom na no pe onya bia eno bebo akofia mu amabo stone salim production o ma daroma bo papa and omo adidi djuma densifo semenhia kwawe ne kope bi currency ventures and nam yare zara mishani ni ji omo de tachwe Alaska Star Enterprise bema o dema ye need one purpose and afi capital o do ni nyina no omo diaba emulator ba supplement no e boost immune system evama natural and compelling limited proslav capsules and afi truman no womo de taichi kojak farmer womo de kojak charcoal toothpaste and ya di tria say ami anum ensom ata semens vita heba mission capsules agai ono e boy ye chirom polytank go madaroma ye store ye nso no e polytank anaja ye yusu ebie solar natural clinic no e prostafic and afi solar mister womo attach high sense e television promo and de amakopa bia na afi tobi Lawson Beverages Limited no e Lawson Dilemma Bitters and afi capsules no womo enso boy chirom na afi power specialist about hospital ma me doctor akosua aduaya na daruma womo boy chidom ene anope wo yes ase na no Monday ye afon omega ye de twede amponya kupon de nhase e wo say ene Saturday wa bra ye wi e wo say de ne wi na wo twi na fe wo boy ho band yakọ weekend no enso Sunday abanyame ya duma next week sans onimu a am say yen sehwe
oh yeah no
na opening ba ko be am so on fa dwumade ni agokre no na new team
yes
ka chama na say na da won kan che because ono am sa mansan nyina favorite
oh yeah oh legend no kese
na eto bien so akoma so ti wa bra e ba be kwama no be force ya be ko for na ba no aye Sunday aye dwumade ye dana sana fa ye jai weekend no enso pedi a shena sana yakwa ba bibia enso ebe ye fine this aye Wontumi 101.3 FM and afi Wontumi TV digital and satellite aye juma yenhwe
to be sponsor bibia no ha meye what I say aye one just aye point nko antino enamaba ya lunch no so ye be have
o chairman dey na so
chairman dey no wa class at some kukudi mo
chairman ono chairman say betunu ya tell you say because chairman dey nye ana alert nam dey masa wa ya gani when you only take it your own buffalo only take it your own buffalo masa chairman da so because them say time on come on start say kwosuna ni my ya yikakra ba chairman we chairman wallahi
oh mama
atakre ko pe mo atawo aji o say na atawo kodi mo emu de o de
more for prerudo more for prerudo
o de be ma say triple atabo kodi be siu ko chairman na mini ya be ba so de na be ko me say da ensem de mo kotokomo de ne ade nyina ne nyoma e ko so Ghana league akwa na am person of this cabbage man chairman league moye
I kotoko de minim say mamini kancha santeman na mencha santeman ra yura ye hene otumfo se tuwa ba bi asantokotoko hene a o ya santeman ra ne nkwaso odo anso na kotoko so ye ne dia na sesia no enam MPP ntino aya ne dru ba bi na mame som no yasum kwan bebre so ane ye de ba minim say mre bi beba kotoko chairman de medibi yeah minim say mre bi beba medibi
wow
yes na se me di so a me de gaga yesem sikade patapa me de befam amatimu no aba back said na bra na Herbert Mensa wo so ye no Herbert wo so ye no sabre ni iswa asafo yehu bi enti meka ne nyina de abom de hyehye aka ho a what you say ba bi akotoko kodro no obia no behu but said ye Yesu ka kire Mary say memre nso ye no enu bi na ne me meka kire say memre nso because adwuma bi e de be ma obia na wo say utime yire wo ho na utime ye na wo ye ni ye so esanse ye pese ye boa MPP na 2028 yasaba power nintino enema bebre wo ha menka na mum se me ba ye yidia I will be the first a friend say chairman to say moro no kra bia metimi de na ba no aba be coach aye kotoko yes made the international coach and I'm de no ba se me duro so antina meka se me de sheshe na gaga what you say na midday players akesia enso so a omo bobo te say Real Madrid mo ani Man U mo Man City mo ani Arsenal mo ani Chelsea mo no so no ye di bi so beba aba befra
now the ugly for top players $4 million
this is what we
3 million euros
sikana nya kokra na wo Ghana na wo the money nya ho na wo aye ha na wo aye Ghana ane ye wo what you say enti player bia obeba ye bia oba ye a efia mema na tremu ni da brochire kro oni bisa tremu
oh eni no kre gwaja
yes efia mema kasa mema o matremu kasa mema o matremu ye na brochire kro onya bi yes
chairman so the guy ni ayesem ya be ye kotoko
ana patapa na sika ana sika so kan ayesem kan
na ma ye fe
oh Charlie ha be say gig we make am go asem no ebesi
Wow.
Messi gigi makan wo Wontumi ha. Messi.
Oh, chama.
Oh.
Kofi.
Oh. Messi Messi ya besum ye wurade asanteman.
So da bi ewura ka se ni bibia no koroko na da bi ase e ma no tipaye. But ska bia mo bia o pompirum. So die bi.
Otie. Dia tie no say me ye businessman. Also obia na ba. Otie say normally no. Odi animonyam kese na eba aye yi. The sense kotoko no so so. Eburu individuals nti no. Se oba na so wanhwe ne ye pa wo kwa wanhwe ne ya na odi anu guase ekọ what you say abrebia enti ansana meba se meba begie no what you say I will do a lot of research and I will make sure say meba bi de anu nyam na beba me konso me de anu nyam na beko
ebi mu fu se bia chairman kan sa akwa
oh me say Sadi Elon Musk de patapani ayesam ebo Donald Trump ho no me se patapani ayesam na bi na me se be de ba be bokotoko ho e de asum yewura ene kotoko e fo mo wo the whole Ghana nyira
wow
oh ya ka so be ye busho patapo gba bia wo bia de sabra
busho we dem say no chairman say ya sabra bia wo bia chairman say en ka sabra
e dey say me say mama o mabo player bia o mo peso o mo boni din bia na me kra de kade e be ye me fepa ne say Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Vinicius Junior mo ba retire. No you do mu nyina no aba asante kotoko. What you say?
So bono so o jai bono.
Omba be jam
season bia. To say this.
Angola hoba.
Rivado mbe ni nama we.
Yes. Na makwakomo muska. Say omo de omo mbra. No munye ye because said there fans are across the world, across the globe. Any passion wo mo any ade Ronaldo sabe oko yes Saudi Arabia anya se wakwakoya abrantie bia ebia ode emuja munu bi ni hwa ye you know edin no an odidi ho enti sa wode sankofo we the buyer yipa you see we will give Asante Kotoko you be given hope na Asante Kotoko omunya hope pa Accra House of Folk nso benya hope. So I will inject all those me Asante Kotoko chairman, but I will help Accra House of Folk also to rise to the standard.
Whoa.
Yes, because say Kotoko and has sorry and Ghana football and so sorry say sa two teams see to me sorry pa Ghana Blaster you bet my World Cup. That is the basis
chairman,
and the foundation
of it. Chairman, you can't pay them all. Oh, so
one more top football no. What's it? One more top football or top football teams in any ade no. Omunye players so
na fa yempa eno no so na yemfa yempetro course na mrena Saturday ye wiano no. And our question of the day ye be sound say which midfield trial was greater? Which midfield trial was greater? Na midfielders no oko Madrid unze na Madrid Toni Kroos, Casemiro, ana Luka Modric, ana Barcelona Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, ana fe Xavi. Midfield bang ana na just a greater Madrid ediano. And I say Barcelona ediano. Couple Ghana for today.
Yes, Yankee Daniel say, hey, Neso Beko for Barca ediano, and I say Xavi Busquets Iniesta, and no Edono Ebefa. About friend say I'm not crazy, Madrid fan, but to be honest, I would choose Barca more for trial. And no Edono Enso Edi Aba Michael Kobe Iceman say the trial of Xavi Busquets Iniesta. This trial made most great midfielders looked like they were chasing shadows on a field of play. And no, I don't know, Diaba Wakashos the Junior was a people or same Masaba no Subi Nemum Eben can say even Madridistas who choose greatest midfield trial of all time. No, Xavi, Sergio Busquets, and Andras Iniesta, and Obechu so do Stevens, no doubt, for sure. Okay, and no Ayatono, and so the Abalora Piazza don't even compare it. Xavi and Iniesta and Sergio Nedia Bono, Womu Abo Amana Huyepa, Bosheba, Isaac said honestly, A, but B gave more Champions League than A from Bosheba inside Mampontain and no Ediaba Foster and Kamasa. The only trial I really enjoy watching was Xavi, Iniesta, and Sergio. No, Giono so de Abba.
Whoa, now watching and so say a Yamuzupi, Daroma, Amuzupi, Helbam, Mesher, no, Anna Debut, boy, my day, a question of the day, Eba, Monomoya sponsors, and to infection a journal, a Yamuzupi, Pebito, and my enum, and my man son, a Bebwa, Pana, Yamu Kakrabena, Fiamma to Asuna. I win some crocus fancy, this one's there. I was too close, but I'll go for Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets, and I'll say Madrid, Diano. Choosy or say just 3 Champions League, you know, just Kenneth and the same message by Vesali Fulativa say what to so Madrid midfield trial, way so say Barcelona trial made us enjoy football at all time. You found Joe in Katiana Joe, and so a general message a banana pay, and some I was sure so just Lord Ajakum, Ramon say a Madrid midfield no was a check the achievement and the source at the buyer. Nana Kwame a David also say Barca's midfield was the best, but in terms of achievement, Madrid midfield won the most. Now, I will say I will choose Madrid midfield because none of Barcelona midfield won Ballon d'Or. You found question bingo, and a question so I did a message, you know, and some other buyer. Have you forgotten this midfield won the Champions League 3 times in a row? Augustin K. Ronald and some and I would. Donsky make Zakaria say was so a Praga rider inside Techiman. One also about Jaman Madrid trial and baby also didn't Diano and so they foreign banner stories I am more latest and yet Manano pay live on the show them on back to a course in the I have 5 course because I'm the season or Clamaxiano
no
so see it and Yamau 85 oars 85 oars on 1E6 3BF 6A 1E6 3BF 6A and no 85 oars okay down you 15 oars 1E6 3C3 A3 1E6 3C3 A3 okay your third code 11 oars
okay
1E6 3C1 97 1E6 3C1 97 your fourth code 6 oars
okay
1E6 3BD 29 1E6 3BD 29 and the last but not the least code 5 oars as usual 1E6 3BA 27 1E6 3BA 27 yes T no and so and no
wow
yeah baba kwama no ya no ana bibi ho
bibi de bi ho pa de wo nyina ne se esi sasa rebodo aba ma nso abewura studio ano penti me ma me lawyers atro no na wayi nsembia no your petition bia yes ye tro nti obtaining credit by deception forcefully representation oneself to obtain credit me petition a me tro ti won mo aboa no ho
yes
obtaining credit by deception
okay
forcefully representing oneself to obtain credit na say sorry bodu won simbia no brofo ya maka ne tintintin enso timi ba bi ya no a competent court of jurisdiction. Okay. And now no pay. Go ojina yano.
Why? He's bringing the name of the show into disrepute.
It's a pepe, bro.
Okay.
And one hour
Michael Asarabot, you are bringing the name of the show into disrepute.
Yes.
And court on so much. You have every right to remain silent or whatever you say or do.
Of course.
Will be used against you in the court of law.
Yes.
There are city
it is only lawyer. Only lawyer.
Defamation of character.
Debbie. They say no. Me I'm here the vice president of Wontumi Sports.
That's right.
Yes. I am the vice president. What do you come why?
Say, I say obi won mo nya de efo a. Ufre bua kwa. Aba ye bosho. Show no di fufu asa.
Okay, kaboso. Besi da was
late. Say who producer fra wo
mfa. Besi da wa bantem.
What ba 5 minutes to 9 no abesha so
I say wa bantem.
Say be pon. Okay. Yes, so sika so
abesha steady.
No. Yes.
Wa asem bia. Ene do
because I have
enuma bi mo de na wo
Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Elahenu Yehuwa Ekat Angwangwa Juma no you Yame Wohoda Se uji didia Obeya Juma Ansachre no you Yame Wohoda Se uji didia Obeya Juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Elahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika luvika Uvika naveshika Uvika miyodika Tode Yashak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Na guess it is okay how guess no me say guess no me say how many boys in this year me say guess it is say Wontumi Sports no I number 1 chairman Angwangwa Juma no you Yame Wohoda Se uji didia Obeya Ansachre no you
chairman I latest I'm taking and some like about himself from last week and in here. Your father said this week now medical about to just I just annual Friday any about you be on way and about Syria and some over Italy and some like the alcohol amateurs and many news amounts and matches and we don't know say woman so bonus simultaneously nurtures and some at the same time our bra nurtures Inter our road to Ayokomo amateurs and Napoli our fiano woman some other Kayari Kachobo Kono and some nurtures about gamer and some other cross na yam kwa no match anymore when some one game about so come timono woman some our few amateurs a game na and some about so kind say maybe about to this week I'm watching a goalkeeper your father say papa runner say one you be about retire and so the free here you can say game no matches and no one some about the game chat running in it when some match go so our course player your father say as a runner one goalkeeper no and some no could red card our some match no more bra na just only also red card no one born in last game our some say goalkeeper no some red and no match just our also buy pa na match go so our course na frontier one matching and so my side your father say Intano and some Yeshua Queen Korea no and some double go am I just two before sir we baba shani go no na just Stefan to fry and some about 20 20th minute goal the amount Boboku your fans say Inter Milan and game no manager fans say Simone Inzaghi and just one rotation and power rotating squad say Reno one more Champions League final match and some ball and on Kabasa be annual na bibia some trust Napoli for no ebetimi Angelica wo fianunti wo dia bia Lautaro nom and chese Marcus Thuram nom akostate and a problem else aba na chese ba adwena so nyina chine annual wo some matimi ni sa game and nom aba so by 2-0 nyina chino no more Mauritania ma was baso and some our Diego Armando Maradona stadium na annual Boboku everyone said Napoli for no wo some match 2-0 ama Kayari Kacho Boboku no wo some antimi ente annual wo starting game Brontia your fans has squad McTominay one of first goal so Arama Boboku your fans said Napoli and Sana Romelu Lukaku and some a second goal no and some Napoli about player na your fans said just a terminal goal no nan was na FPA said your bono paya one of some demo obetimi aka ebia half volley and answer bia I know home I bicycle bi bomani I just wa boduma papa na season way Emsa nipa ready ye can say woman born about Italy pano and some ya kwatana ye fan some McTominay Arches and one something no ye te Emma ye te for anano pay and some our short soon touch say since ye boy ye Boboku ye fan say Napoli one and a gem ye series out title no and somebody else woman else Emra woman we almost 82 points and a J and watch Inter Milan and some that Tosumi you know woman some 81 points our brand Russell and yeah, can say top 4 Wabaham Boboku Atalanta Roman our 74 already Roman qualified at Juventus among our 67 and for Roma and some our 66 at also and say Juve again no woman some number some qualified here and this some win Omanya win now Kabasabia Roma and some Madin Kundia not just a Roma Boboku no woman about 69 about Saudia none yet just a Roma for no and pushi a Juve and somebody free and yet Champions League sport anymore and two games ever swinging no and you say can be also one some Asian here and Sanda one some that me qualify not German can Wabra, a Cobas Emra, Womusum area game, Maseria Montenso, and some of Naples, Asitia, Napoli for the fourth time. Womusum Ajiskidato, Nachese, 1987, Omoje, 1990, Omoje, 2023, almost Y, and after anyone at Joe, Napoli Bobokuno, Womusum Asaja area Somanas, where a momenta, Naches, any panum, Wayania Cancer, war engraved Napolitano, and somebody Amotitano, and and I trust no Poliboku, woman some Anaja, and somebody else woman else our Brenano Peno, yet update Abatinia, you can't say engraving and no, and I just open and was celebration in ano, and also Abaso Kama, Nasa manager, your son Antonio Conte, and you'll be at Napoli, what am I just kidding to Enra, answer 2021-2022, what Inter Milan and some Ajay, and 2011 2012, 2012 2013, 2013 2014 and also was Sally Juffy and some Jeremy and some answer to us and to nominal casino. Say, one let me take and Comono and somebody I call Italy and Quandia. Name your chance Antonio Conte and somebody Skidatino, Malcolm Enum and somebody Jama Chasano. Now, Branch over the Lukaku. As I can hope you because at Jaba Conasa, Woko Inter, Woko J, Waba Napoli Squadra, Nanko Biamus or Montemengeno, or Rafanasa Lukaku Luka, and some Asano Malco J. One of the season way, one of some double numbers, our bra. 14 goals and a fee and yet 10 assists at Brentia. Your friend Lukaku and Yanino. I did a goal involvement out 24 and I'm by Napoli Tima, Womuzu Kwaraskilia, and some animal Paris Saint-Germain January. And then Kobia Nyam Etese and Yinisan Kebia Lukaku and Yabia Tominum Abaya Juana so shockingly. I have Brentia Scott McTominay, one and Lukaku Natese, Womuswa Kari Ayabokua, your friend Napoli, Arabadrum Pempeswa, Yarabadrum Emra, Wama was no knows about so Shadwa Kamian and Teddy Kamame, and Italy almost say, season a boy under 23, one player of the season, not just a young player, woman man Napoli and also Como, and some Akotana, your funny new pass, some of the Casako and this season, Wapopa, one, and I'm about to just Remadrid for the same. Romono, Wombos Ramosada Bueno, and some Asaba Onye, and Tionia, a Fanasa Nico Pass, Aquadano, and a J best player, and 23, and some our league anymore. One of the goalkeeper, so Akoma goalkeeper, one of Jumanama Roma Timino, Yafana Malzilla, one and a baby beside about two Chelsea Fono, and some monetary goalkeeper, and some goalkeeper of the season, our Malzilla, and some Swasa Watano, one of the best defender, and some Alexandra Bastoni Obia, one also part of my intent, Emra, our Como, our Omadana Award, and also Tuana, woman in the Canada, best defender, and some Akama Bastoni, best midfield Akoye, and some Adama AC Milan, one also point Chavanasa, Tijani Reinders, no one that said coach now, Yafana Pep, Abasa Kotano, one also Anania Tijani Reinders, at a midfielder of the season, and Sana Takano, one of the best forward and a player. The first Matteo Retegi, about my Talanta, one of also the best forward of the season and overall MVP. I can say most valuable player, and some are your best player of the season. I call Napoli, Aquatana, Yafana Scott McTominay, and some Anna Chasanra, one from Adana Award, Adiashana Sama Brass, so far I am Napoli at the about gamer. There's a central midfielder, the rating I am 96, I am not just a Napolifona. Woman Jilling is a commercial FIFA no 25. I'm some update here. Now some say Napolifona, so I want them and some other cost especially and some Yakotana, your fellow Tomine, our Brono, and some 96. I want one and a Jenny can say player of the season. I want our Brown something you know, yet the Emma, your for another play, and some our shoulders and away at the streets of Naples, our bra. Jamison Canning, and so any general just a more and some piazza da plebiscito, not just a piazza da plebiscito and a crowd said Napoli supporters and some agata woman should get our giant screen amateur semra woman fireworks I knockout to them and some money at the else across and one padoma no most our the street of Naposa woman monitor game and some our piazza da plebiscito Yinchi Kakabini said a night Furia and some city and one at Joa Brand Napoli. One more drama fourth, I ask Dati on Sony at Dinino and some Bahans, I Diego Amando Maradona Stadium where a moment not just a Napoli for lifted, one Skidati, Etoso Makuma, and Nanima course and one is Sanya Money, and saying Amia Duma. I am Monday and I just almost celebration and no some I was normal say one of the open top asses in me as a Bakodia and so and to say it will be a title. Yana trophy parade, Alcosono. Report I mean, said Napoli for say, woman bosses, about 2 woman budgeted 950,000 euros. I know I amount to Napoli for say, woman some other spent at the Ayania Canasa, I yes, I travel parada, woman some other bosses, Emily, about far Ayan Naples, I know moment so Abramo, and some amount to Timono, and so budgeted at the yes, Animano, not Jamison Canning, man, what I said, your manager, your first Antonio Conte, about so and I said we are going to entrance way and some moment or no and Roman Lukaku a bomb coach and sa medase empokratema will be any chidi our mate Lukaku mo aya wo anachesa bibiano wo be some onema ya juma ba bra bo amachesa ne man so akokama and some man our bra personally boy no and some dan manager na sia ya the update aba onum say no tema wo ye ni post match boys na na anya kra what na so ye so aba dum komana nkwada ne diamika and some Vedi, a press room, sir. One moment, Janum, and the post match, Massa. Would you Premier League get the title area? A Jabion Ababa, moment to you. What by your interview, who you answer by Slababa get crash? And you can send the post match. I want to hear young fans said you feel, and so a call Kakrabi.
Gliel'ha detto qualche volta,
manager Fanasa Antonio Conte every game just one watch the title wa brene wa be post match ana Chesan Quadano and some get crash in here Canasa the post match our brown something no yet the emirator for Inter Milan team no report from Canasa says I so much as we say nyame arma say so much attention in no el quarter Champions League final and on other course ending of this month our brand and some now watch us war and I just say game and about Inter for say we some other mountain here your fans say giant screen out San Siro and I just say giant screen about Continental my fans now Wontumi ko aye Munich or Germany and some uncle Shabino we so much as San Siro hono we some other mountain here your fans and aye giant screen will be on to me about Serbia will be on some game be a share our brand and some aye kakra for Amaswoye and about something no yet MIA for another play and some our shorts now Manu Kasana and I cap Champions League no we so final first leg game and some other course ya shifty and gear no and somebody of Africa no who drew near Canada I am Masanta one na just mama the sound of team no we book game area to promise we for Egypt and some other game no and some I don't call and a game and some other course win and a bit and some other first leg game and some other course no na Jamaica coming on this emra you been a promise on training session and some about some moment not just a promise for we some training and just some come and some coming and no baby out to say promise one and prepare because we some site we experience our team no more we boys are bonus be at this level we some ball at your draw and into emra Jamaica can say Egypt we ambassador to South Africa and some invited I promise emperor for Rano I honorable Ahmed Ali Sharif and somebody invited him I promise I'm a management say we some because Obakromo automatically and I said you want to president and some our test Kromo Abranwa when somebody invited management at the Mabokua your father's promise I'm a banasho I'm a chess and committee and support to be on here piano when some already said Odebama now give me ever so first like yeah ball and some our ceramic you're about to jump Emma what say I sold out on some coach na your friend Miguel Cardoso show from mami one and a coach I am Santa Juana on ye you be so planning this saying and sound dance elcom our back game way and no some abason was say we I first like and you p ewom na on dim koma one of the players and and come be also to be on my area data omo hwenu say first like no woman some bet me I cautious o sense one hwen ya ebe ha dwen opponent na aba way eti kwan bia so wo mu komoden yenta Miguel Cardoso ono and a coach mama sound down sir your fan Sama Santa Juana.
We are speaking about the first game is what we have ahead, then whatever happens changes obviously the second half of this game, and this first half we need obviously to try to make it the best possible, and it's important that we understand the best strategy to play the game, how the opponent or what capacities they have in order to hurt us and how to prevent it, and obviously how we can produce damage in the opponent, knowing them very well. We study them, we know them, we are passing that information for the players in the way we think is important to do so that they can manage also the moments of the game. Obviously I expect two very difficult games. We had two very difficult games in the semi-finals, and like we had two very difficult games in the fourths of final. So the level of the teams is similar, different characteristics, but level of difficulty is similar. But it's also up to us to think about ourselves. We know that we are a very strong team when we play with all the energy, all the desire, all the passion, all the quality, all the intention and intentionality, and that's what is important for us to arrive on this first half with that capacity. We are speaking about the first game. First game is what we have ahead, then whatever happens changes obviously the second half.
Now Wayne the Kenya I bragging right our first leg way and some I Cup Champions League our brand sir Africa and your trophy for FA party we qualify na just a return leg about be an aggregate no and some other chance we are champion of Africa you the update and watch and anyway on San Caribbean normally game I be at 2 p.m. and I say be at 2:30 and I say be at 2:45 from any day when some call Wembley and a game and Barcelona I Sheffield United and some other Sunderland and a ball now you said Jude Bellingham and your Kumana your father said Job Ebejenum and some other Sunderland and Robert couldn't be an all qualify and some other Premier League proper essence original your Bobo Kefana Sabelia woman your champions I'm a qualify and I just Leeds United and Ramo woman some qualify so at Japani at the animum woman some match way 1 minute after 2 about 2-1 Ghana time every year and I saw I Sheffield United and some other Sunderland game and some other course our Wembley Rafina what the and every game and some other cross Cavana and a man to Ayasamachi and some Wembley Stadium now much ever soon say Yana man for Takana sir we and some near fan sir the richest game in football okay game bakua Sikaumu pa final BN1 asiso oba we amakapo obenya mount to say say Sheffield and a bedroom kunim and I said we are Sunderland and a very game where and then Robert Dunkunma all qualify and the other Premier League Namiarma next season on top win extra 220 million pounds. In terms of England for playoff ready, I know I should buy class no. We won man to qualify outright to but a 200 no the Nibra pan about 2 months in a game no will be able to try to cautiously tension here day and some about Dunkunuma extra 220 million pounds about here. And you be Sheffield United coach no your fan Chris Wilder and you be coach as Penny now sing and I'm come our brass match way and also bass was wa obesho huye won obetimi manage game ni yen wo and aba qualify yin chase ma Sheffield United coach na your fan Chris Wilder and some other two our brand now 2-1 and as a match big game at Basso our Wembley
been motivated right the way through. So getting the balance right between nice and calm and cool and playing our game and playing in the flow that we have played recently to being competitive and wanting to win. So we've got to get that balance right. I think that's said in any big game and any final that the team that handles the occasion and plays the game is going to come out on top, and we've certainly got to do that.
I found sir I Chris Wilder and I'll tell you Casa Yade Ninsam MIA Fafi the opposite number and some Sunderland coach na you found Regis Lebris na Regis Lebris one of your French near branch on you now on also your Juma Banka more form panel I Sheffield United because I know one play of semi final was a 3 and one way I said 3 home and woman some answer one net draw bina woman so they are qualified to World Damu from the Sunderland coach and fan sir Regis Lebris one and was say you want to just almost some ready for and I brass a big game no and also about so you coach no pre-match what done some tuja.
Far so good. I think they were well balanced this week, and I think we are repeating what we did all season. So focus on our game, focus on our identity, and deliver, because it will be another tough game, but we are ready. We deserve this fixture, and it's not always a question of age. I think it's a question of path. I think and you can be 17 and you can be ready for this fixture, and you can be 30 and probably you can have a problem to manage the emotions. So far so good. I think they were well balanced this week, and I think we are repeating what we did all season. So focus on our game, focus on our identity, and deliver, because it will be another tough game, but we are ready. we deserve this fixture, and it's not always a question of age.
Yeah, then excepts Emma just a couple matches out there. What's a boss? One of them say our Portugal, Yamar Sunday. One big game and on a Tassari Portugal, a Benfica, everybody a transporting CP game, and some like a 415 Yamar Motana, and some Anna Sabmatino, and Abaso Benfica as a sport in Mubako, and some other a title, and so at the Alcafe make us a German Cabra, Oko Germany, really a deal repoka shockingly. Amania Bielefeld, Amobo a Stuttgart, Wabajibiano, what qualify for Europa, and some next season a fee make us all rum and some near Fansa, a year chess and I Scotlander, not just a Scottish Capano, one more finance, I have Bedin, Omobody a Chabukua, your Fansa Celtic, our Bonino, and some matches out and some other cost Anafe, Woko Aya French Grima, not just a Paris Saint Germain, one more some game, Ababasona, Pia Gifono, one more so I can't find a Lansana. One more big game against Bobo Fanasa Inter Milan and some Abaso PSG. A game and so I Tiabo Bokua. Your Fanasa starting Reims and I know at 7 o'clock and I can't find out game. Come to France and some Nabacoso. Our brother update and the Akanino and some not Abafi. Young Chris and Mama Newcastle up bueno. Women said Dan Ben and I'm a piano. Woman Robert to Casa Dan Ben. One of them defend Emma Newcastle on Bama Sonia extended a contract until 2027 and Yamabokua. Your first Newcastle United or Brano Pino and non announcement to Elba. Now Dobaswa Canning Namsa, Damona Desa Ditching our tinker and some more new Pediumusa will get better. And if Crossway and Adjo Crassabi or return as simple Ebia Jabono Bossa say. Now Baby Obaswa Cotuno, when you know, I come in a mono Dan Ben and some I stand until 2027. Yet the update and some Emra, wouldn't say Tottenham from almost Europa League, one so trophy parade Abasana, Yeri can count some P. Adiacho, any Adiana, Omunia, and our boys and some enjoy Pana, and you pardon, and I just some more the streets of London and some Amanitaniama, and Alcos one of club and they say, you want to just Romo supporters, Romo Malcomako. 225,000 and that's just one take area good montenswa one some Asha and Yoma Emra and on some course of Pintobasis Miro and Tomo calculate I supporters a buyer now 225,000 and I just estimator one some Ajaba now I'm called Drew Baby I'm called trophy siho ya GNB Chabini at the Numwa I just a boy CBI say hey Wabusa Tam and coach and fans Ange Postecoglou and some agent microphone. Now time a manager, your fans Postecoglou agent microphone Alcasano was so born in Quadani in Albason Quadano and some dear more supporters and fans more so my dear Faye said Daniel Levenum and Soniate woman also I had on the message and some aja and your fans on only Ahano also on a shabasa on baby all the second season be on the title and also the some coach Eka coach and say you want to just answer a movie and I say be a series biana yana chesa abebiano second season eba maybe a South series maybe a season 3 and so ba now your coach and can you say yana baby a series season 3 and some better season 2 wasabu baby na say the third season ebe ya better e dey cha the second season na what dey Europa na so dey mensa kan say one ba so am saka na Thomas Frank eba dey bia na for fiatimi antoata o but yankoni entias ma coach na ye fa na Ange Postecoglou and some other two job anwa na che so gina simpio so we say season 3 ebe ya better than season 2.
All of them heroes, and they did it all for you because you deserve it. This club deserves it. And I'll tell you something, I'll leave you with this. All the best television series, season 3 is better than season 2. All of them heroes, and they did it all for you because you deserve it.
Yana just a TV series Yana season 3 else are better and some other chances in 2 hour brow test the fans and also supporters budget so I want something you know yeah banamo metes Brentford coach na ya Thomas Franco no ana aso na oya front runner say e bia Tottenham adwuma no wono so na betim ya akwakwachia ba ya update ara de aka ni na so atema na enra on say ya beka from vet e ma beka tron say ba mu chimpo for the fu Liverpool wo bu asanfu eye hanzet aches wono ana aches akora ne papa sam na American na ye de kan be twetwa say ena Liverpool aye favorite akora no mo promise no say proper number 10 position number 10 obian wa one born number 10 our Liverpool chakora ne ba one show me from Paul omumia nyina no enso ba onu say enwa Arsenal for fetchire ayesan komo kwakoro san ka bia kwenta ho na nkomo so mbetimi asai du na report prime say kan say Arsenal aye do betimi bia no no meti say yes Liverpool sin for no am say am say Liverpool na ba ne mom yes boy na kasa busuafo ne maame ene chese ne papa mo kwasa na ntimu pa kwara na motena ama ababe late esema yese papa ne maame no wo mu kono ma confused say eba no say ena mo living late e wa ba wo twan ama boy no what is wo kona friend na o baba na yese player no kra no the consensus o aye Arsenal wo mu project am present here and some na de kira no sem say am so project ni din de toto aye Liverpool project no ho Liverpool project no and some our ambitions ache boboku a ye fe na Arsenal and some ade no enum e de football no camp and so when him say menon kase boy no waba the most expensive transfer and some our Liverpool abako semo na just ever since your former club I felt say Liverpool no player BNwa wama tona Boateng and say they about to akwadana your fan say Florent Vertessens a be a little over 120 million euros our planning no sam no ye de aba fe boy no kase salary ni si kwabe jona fibiano metisem ejuna 10 million euros a season and no amount to akwadana your first Florent Vert and our bono some abana officially better enyanko Liverpool sin ho na jamese kan nyina no say meeting na mebeka say beko some our Boston wa bro your first Michael Edwards no coach as John W Henry ho amuma kwakwa meeting no mu wi ana chasa better nyina no and some abako na jamenya say Liverpool for ni abrepasem wey metai repeat me say many Johnny Yawes Premier League in Saudi the following season obey a target at my club soccer because woo and will be able to show Serbia Wontumi to final title woman Yawes Man City ever augmented woman Yawes Chelsea eberto woman himself Man United eberto Arsenal and a Tottenham woman you know and some other saying it still now I say Alexander Isak omope na Isak and omunim say ebe difficult because we over 100 million ekoto Florent Veta we ba Newcastle almost be catch us Isak and numbers 150 million pounds and ya dit chabasa na chese kan ebe ye monimum mete say yes Liverpool for so ajiri pass kwan bia also mo fa so e ma kwara ne ba bia no wo mo so ebe fa so mete say boboku a ye fa no Liverpool honest no and some FSG and ye Fenway wo mo sports group almost say woman the promise Adiama Liverpool management and say woman the akwadane for say sack no and some other Brabokua you find Liverpool our Bernardo Peno you the update and some that ML you the about to say Bruno Fernandes on one kasa and a beard num aka say akobase bia club no put for yeska now mo fu so amatono manyeska dia wonum abako mekan na no ayade say ya wadano patra wo say boy no ade akoto mpani for him say woman jani kwama nkoromom anya bufo so woman man nya tese peacefully na tese bia empere ba bi nkona mujiska na no ono so akọ update to Ebano say yes coach and fellow say Ruben Amorim and some opposite and your boy ni say not just a common idea and no more yes count this I was here tona yes I got chromaton no more make say many channel full say some Amuton Bruno and some amanu kodia nini just a better jumpa yes coach no cross say not at any price say yo we be say Bruno yanton but ebia 120 b ebia 150 b abemu duntenye ntia na yema akwara ne nkono manager ne sem amfa ho ene sika obi ade bebani kwase na akoda no wo muto no ensom amaneko na odiri e ba se na Ems a value animal and some very important adamania your fan saying Yamiarma season and some other coso now Manchester dear £100 million I ready Adamamo Bobo Crafan say Hilal I know I name a team now I was Saudi Arabia no Hilal for say Bruno Abba on breakdown here 231 million euros and I have for 3 years per Efiem yensa na aye shocking unim sa boy no ono a ontimi deny ye ono so am ontimi confirm ye but the men say kan nyina so atwesa sikana abana we share the breakdown Bruno anya 30 years sikano metesa boy ni full say we no aye chesa opportunity ontimi messe because such a young age over 30 years nam okodi 231 million euros we be kwa entire career Wontumi nyasa amatu ba wo de no aye 3 years per anomo bra na beje ana Jamaica no so boy no just say Hilal for no convince ne pa because Jamaica kan nyam say na yes boy na say south no or reservation ka kan mom am say source bako and some other say say woman so mo convince na boy no Manchester dana koma so oya dama you pa na mom anima say elkoso wo current atmosphere aye toxic eno ana akwada no ani nje ho a wono so aba so concern ye Hilal for no etimi convince na akwada no ebeba wo san full opportunity aye sika awaso okono okoje 231 million euros for 3 seasons you know that could be a sana ya kasai aye 210,000 euros our Manchester weekly wages enusa baswoko aye Hilala every day aye 210,000 euros week aye 1.5 million euros month aye 6.4 million euros and a season beyond a year aye 77 million euros and aye amount to every season beyond a bunch of money Bruno and some other to your pocket our no and no aye update about and common quadana your friend Alejandro Ganacho and some okodi ye yes a club and put for buafu I'm a name and say chances our wasa quadano one some other tongue I'm an our sropa now cranka ye one say na mena and then I be I just when you be bunny am one start to final would do commerce and a season sabina air time cry now one holidays aba or count am do final na just say yama one start in about 20 minutes and wo ya would do holidays every year and I be so better na so be come so be ko tenga jobs come be so be come beton and the chances I was so pa na Mateus Cunha by Sunday dear and your report I mean say can say every and some course what na 62.5 million pounds na one some American Mateus Cunha and some baba confirmed Manchester for say one a goalkeeper first Mike Menyo one a goalkeeper ma AC Milan team no one so Milan for number 2 because the contract about 2026 yabeka p dabia ema me catch us wo mo send form yaba form ana chesanity so onye ready so be stand there also mo ton ema Mike Menyo enso continue Manchester for so ni abresa wo mo nya AC Milan goalkeeper na wo mo so apa onum say Arsenal wo mo assistant sporting director ye fan Jason Aito wo mo so okọ because em say enkomo course eno Friday ye say no am say internally o ma bomb perform and ye say Aito entering to because Andrew Breton our banana what to me a Germany in today I'm say Orano I was one so called Namum Yamia Mochina and your bones are win and I qualify I same I top 5 no now Chelsea to me qualify Newcastle to me qualify Aston Villa to me qualify and after Nottingham Forest no will be to me qualify to back and say Man City crown and your safe is how Omokomunya saves anti Bibi abetum Nyamiar Motina na yem say game back kwa attention ebe ho pa eye game na be kosom Nottingham omufie because Nyamiar Motina Sunday eye awia ba se nom yensa ana game ebe so e wa bra Nottingham enso ofie won bobo kwa fa say Chelsea ebe bo na game na referee Anthony Taylor me don sam ebe am dada who call City ground our Nottingham ho ana match ebe so na yesem Nottingham coach Nuno Espirito Santo enso ebe tu dwasa Roma Kodana, Yefan some Murillo, where be a Emsa, went to me and your training, or no, and why you're Sintaria archers or General Nottingham, Womatino, but many Jamaican, one Casabia Bueno, and you're out, or say, when you're training to the young Canabia, Sad Dan and Drew, I know, and some Ayotana, and almost I was asking a team news, Emsa, and Central for the Bia who say, Ebimum, and you're out, Omuntimimbo, but many Janosoba, sir, were keeping you cool on the quiet Sarabea, Chelsea, and from planning, and Tia. I am not but German second sir or few players and Yamyarmotana, woman some I am doubtful as I came no, woman and Chelsea coach in the what about you, Jassa? The Aqua Quadrumene will be a team qualified as Premier League and more than Papa Yinche Chelsea coach. I have found Enzo Maresca.
We also show how difficult is the Premier League, so many teams involved. The one that they have been consistent has been Liverpool, and this is the reason why they won the Premier. I think all the rest we had during the season a little bit up and down moment, and this is the reason why we are there. But we are happy to be there and try to finish in the best way. We are quite lucky in this aspect, is because if we win, we do our job. We don't need to pay attention what the other results. For sure, if we are not winning, probably we need to pay attention. But we have the privilege that we depends on us. Probably also show how difficult it is.
Friends of Nottingham, and your phone. And so your friends of Nottingham, Manchester for United. Manchester friends of Nottingham, Pompey. Malaysia, the Cokroboti, I'm off for Cokroboti and 90 Massa, and already be a worse from Pompey. Be Ambassador Chelsea, and some other shall qualify. Now, Chelsea for the say, so come on, say, Yamian Mochanamusha, Namusu, we need game no more qualified Champions League and Quadia, and your Crystal Palace, I'm a Brontena, your friends are Mike Gay, I know, and a German second say Chelsea for the Quambia, so one of Quaka Fanaba Serbia, one of some military our Champions League, Griminafe, one of Sabaya, Germany, be my own 7 yet the Eba Real Madrid double game, and I'm almost quite today. Now, Madrid about 2:15 now. Woman Real Sociedad, our Santiago Bernabeu, Madrid is quite in here. Report to my second manager, Francis Ancelotti. We brought one the last game here in data, say Rodrigo here, or say Wapra, Eduardo Camavinga, David Alaba, Antonio Rudiger, Forlan Mendy, Danny Cavea, and Eder Militao, Omunano, and some opera, woman to me, and woman last game will be. Now, good news, I say, Vinicius Junior, and some Obia recover room, and some of us are Madrid, almost as quiet anymore. Now, Jamaican, what brought your tennis game, Abasunum, Eder Militao, and I was starting training now. I'm going to say, we're about to win a room, our club or cup in the moon. Not to say, one more was carrying into Ramadan at Punchewa brand, one more quackable last game tea. I'm more prepared your quackable club or championship. Now, Luka Modric, almost shockingly, was such a Croatian, one player of the season award for the 13th time. I just say, and Prama Kumako Dumian, sir, Modric, I Croatia, one player of the season. 13 times and you now only say what 9th in a row. Now say 9 years down the lane. What and some that are twice so I just am so crucial the player behind what Sarah didn't so Bernardo Peno yet the Eba Rodrigo and some Arsenal and some and say yet about two manager fans are Tata and some today Basabi Cobiano not Chelsea and so Bao one more cause since no more free or more almost so more Rodrigo no Namokoya Bomo 80 million euros. I don't cry yet. None can your problem. No, I dare about a best stumbling block. I'm a dono and my son and say, Arsenal for say, boy, they say, we budget 10 million euros a season. No, say, hey, I had a young sour how, Busa Patomo so much saying 10 million. 10 million the Arsenal in Tia and German second Arsenal and you're ready to say Montano woman I remember playing a dear about 2 year passes I don't know and no and some never to me about our Bernardo Peno you're the update and the coming now and some not the my for our show so Mammy a bunch of saying Mbappe what also posting the coach and I don't pay now Mbappe message very simple. Jemba bebe so kan nyina say from day one. And Mr. Ella's game. Now, I say, or buyer, say day one coachy, and an entire staff, or more, first so John, first matches, since the first day. One of Ababe Integral member, Yamatuno, Nanya Japan, a huge honor. And the man say, on your manager, to say Carlo Ancelotti, all the best, and from Ancelotti future, maybe Okobiano, one of Irish coach, the best of luck, ever Braway, a message, a brantia, your friend saying, Bob and a player, one of some other money coach, the Dean and some other Carlo Ancelotti. Ebium, Mamin front to him, sir. Would you Bobo Cavan, sir? Real Madrid, Mario, Maminko Basa, Bonsa Frono, Pauk Basi, good news, answer, under 21. Women's European Championship, Cosano, Women's Pauk Basi, Eberesti, Omama Binding Kobe, and now the tennis, Ebia, Nations League, and Aquadano, Final Four, were on some Ebercona, Demonstrate Canasa. I'm resting after Nations League, I was up by the general home in Tenuka and 21 be. Now, me who cry I from last season, and I can say, I'm so fatty, ever general number 10 more, and some Jamal. In fact, may I start with last season, sir. When I started this season, I'm so fatty, our fan number 10, and some other Malami Jamal, I was what Dabi, who is senior Tishawadi. Now, Okwa, and Ebia Majiashe, and Pa number 10, Yakasa Oko. Ojaho, when you report to me and say, yes, I'm for be a video shoot. I'm a video shoot. Okay, sir, I know me by sir. One more called Didi, I watch as a restaurant. Players in our Kobe. I'm about 4 players. I'm on Kwan and Kobe. May there be a reason I buy. Now, I'm who reason tell me Jamal. I'm cross our restaurant, dinner nibi. And I'm the bassa, boy, no call Madrid. Acquire advertisement. I'm sir, or shoot, video shoot. Jamina say video shoot in our course on Amiano. Almost sa kwarane say JC number 10 e dey sa shoot e ma sa campaign what you ska on plan advertising say and no some number advertisement say I was say come on German say kan you say Lamin Jamal omo fem one say no ahwe number 10 sa advertisement no oye and some German Nike Nike and Nike so na kete Barcelona to kwan bia so number 10 no one so mo sa kwarane hye and some ajaye na me ba say agent je fano Jorge Mendes I say Ballon d'Or and I could I will be no mamma Shanimo and create Dembele name Mbappe mo sala biama samo famano unim say and I'm saying negotiation across Zakwadano I best and I'm so ma agree so we come Madrid ya Florentino Perez the biawo pushi etenie Musum pushi entenam German can say Bonsa as a club woman any agent Jorge Mendes omum never use one connections because I was to cheer humano and to use connection Sarabia Quadana your father Lamin Jamal and some other Ballon d'Or at the SN now so our brother and some update to Abbas and something now yet the Emma you tell for another pay and some our show so coach now your father's Eric Ten Hag never came so on any Fabregas and an anchor Juman our liver cruising backward bakuna Milika Bacas a coaching a favorite later about Fabregas so but a name no case you say woman said to and command so say woman I deliver cruising coaching job no Abema coach and Fancy Ten Hag I say what said Jonathan Ta no bamuchi from was no be any work class my we last season craft your phone class I won't fa or as I won't fabi and I'll pick oh mama my babies me am fremo I so today as for my yama Jonathan Ta metesem nyame ya duma ebia by next week no I was so kono ko sign contract na mabobo kua ye fa say bamuche medical ababa so obe sign until 2029 and some Jonathan Ta dia na ye dey update and some banana pay I was sure no so me be can say Al Hilal and some bobo kua ye fa say Hilal I was Saudi woman na fa Victor Osimhen na ye ka say sikana de am say Jesus Saudi nkwa na ready so betu about Jemi senya na penisa woko Saudi and opekwamudi abase acha hebe by the close of next week I was say Osimhen any Hilal area but Osimhen so na down for bako pa wo bino ye fono Buchi Laba Buchin Labase, Sansam and Namo from Amusa, Al Hilal, and was Sima really in Omo Tomo Papers, woman to Tomo Omobua, Nasanka Boy Nabakwan Konum Konum, one and a bay or Simon Pababioba Kobianoa, 80 over fellows Buchin Labase, and Yano Creda, so Simen, and some any Hilal Bobo Kono, one Savage agreement said on Wakadano, and some other bar, and there be a see Ronaldo, Abaco Clavo Caponibi, and I saw Ronaldo and Kobi Mabaya, woman Hilal Adia, Ebesino Ronaldo Maya, who said your contract was signed Ama Al Nassar, and as on side because next season, one more Champions League, Asia, Ronaldo again, enemy, one sign Ama Hilal Nafe, one more Club Championship now, one summer boss season proper bra, Wabasanya Champions League, Asia, Abana, now only FIFA president, Echo, and yes, speed, Esho Sukokas, I, Ronaldo, one club, CB Kasana, Wabetting about Club Championship, Dia, German second, sir, yes, Ronaldo camp, a bonus so crack, woo, we are Messi, I just I will support to Messi, what Gianni Infantino, billion baby hour, Nasa Woko speed, a live shows and a live stream, Nipa millions, and a show, Woko promote or Club Championship, a man saying, and I'll be a Ronaldo, a move, a better topic, I'm a German second, so now on Crofono, yes, I'm in the so come bonus, so I just almost say, and Boka Hilal, and send something Nanu Club, Brian, so Ronaldo, Beko Hilania, Ronaldo, Country, Bias, Cover Pia, some commander Gianni Infantino, Ecodiano, I know more camp, and so a day, I just a messy media, a Bassan Abeso, and on a messy in Abetimia Bo, Club Championship, Muna, we a team, when Ronaldo Casaba Bania, will be also will be also now, I just an through, and some not ever sporting, one say, and carbon in you. If you talk to your carriage and you 70 million euros, Memma, Macacho Sotana, one about Tassa Portugal, one of Benfica, and a burn attention, and I said focus. I one of others were the title of my sport and Sana, Walkway, no corners, I call. Now, Andres Villas Boas, I say, where will you be now player to our FC Porto? What do you say, Drogo, Costa, one go to Pano. Pep Guardiola, up and send down. Yes, President Andres Villas Boas, I say, Monkey Emma Porto, and Cock Club World Cup, and my own team in chair. Yet you obey. No, what's it? Omatombia, and you saw my Club Championship in a bouncer, and a Bocadia and second sporting. One from the boy now, you found Pedro Goncalves on Bono Papa, Aston Villa, Elpe, Lula Cruising, Elpe, reporter, I mean, sporting for say, one more chromosom by my boy in a new contract. I'm an assign. Now, Sabia boy in the Bejatum, and as a Pedro Goncalves, and into and I kakra eba ana stadium na no I Benfica stadium daluno yes almost one biem kakra by 5,000 ebia seat us hodada but most am so many seat am akuma 5,000 eka Benfica stadium dalu and on said about stadium no and some capacity ebe peja Sherrod man basketball adeche na no pay and some our Ghana Pascal Siakam when your NBA career high a playoff onya 39 points ever bra in Ghana Pacers when we Agnes 11410 say finals our Eastern Conference no woman attack 2-0 lead I know I said yes city our Bernardo Peno ya the update about Indiana for no attack a 2-0 say game 3 and some other so saying and no so ebesia kwayamra na fe ya no meto so this ayo Wontumi Sports weekend edition.
But the people who play are the woman they are workers, we pay them. It's a business people. And see, Mr. Person was there. Said doctor be free, Ghana. Now call you car on your doctor.
Doctor.
Sa accountant be free, Ghana. Now call you car on your accountant.
Yes.
Nessa billionaire be free, Ghana has say no call you car on your billionaire. So why I cannot pay? Ada omo no mani ye fana na so mo say 5
say is can
nya gidie uti e wo ho sika na ho don't worry ho ye de baba ade a abemma ye betimi aye ama obi aye yi bia no ko akoma to yam me se ye de patapa ayesem sisi
okay
couple say
oh so what na me abebusa me ye
no couple di for no
there
Macado
Sir, I the ban no nyasa dey.
Say ya na dey amano. Nti e no maka.
That's why vice president okay. New.
Person me confess ya no pay.
Say.
No ye bone.
Bone wan.
Ye nyina
hwe.
Ye nyina
why your bone also ye bone.
I say Africa boy. No, Henry Asante no say. Oh, man Henry Asante. Prosper Harrison did better pass now. Yeah, Tiano dey do good answer. You nyina concentrate.
General secretary.
Yeah, Champions League first leg. Basso. I mean, me CAF Champions League first leg.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, one stories. Oh, say CAF Champions League in your bono are both legs. Into the sound dance now, ebe host to Pyramids. Loftus Versfeld Stadium or South Africa. Game near big game.
Big game.
From every definition of this championship. Someone will be a fan or sorry for on the continent. Someone a giant our sorry about do come out. About cemented the status. So be defining recency. So be defining history. CAF Champions League first leg, Ebaso tonight. Osha Pyramid am rise to this stage is so remarkable. Now, Pyramids are far the Egyptian Premier League in the back CAF Champions League. The Egypt Cup and the buy. Now, Osha currently am former, am perform so well. Egyptian Premier League so I just 3 points on the Ali achieve. But Osha the Continental Championship in there. Am hit above men can say level. I'm dealing with AS Far. I'm dealing with AS Tunis. And after said two big African giants, in the semis, almost Akushia Ali, Egypt or normally at the four so. And the away goes a bit earlier. Say, I'm more called Lofty Versfeld, Akushia Sundowns. This is only their second time in the CAF Champions League. Only second time in the CAF Champions League. So, Osha Continentally. Pyramid in yet those clubs now. But you have Bonnie Diama, you show him back, Zamalek back, Fanasa, they are quarter crash or sorry, Oba. And no to go this or Baby CAF Champions League semi final or Yamba show. Because when himself a giant and was sorry and was about to CAF Champions League semi final. This is not the case of Pyramid. Pyramid has had a very remarkable journey in their rise to this level. But also, to compare Sundowns, Sundowns last time I all lifted trophy we say, 14-15 season. This is all the tones and you about 10 years in it, and was about to final. Regardless of that distance of triumph, what did the PSL on the side in the last 10 years? What you 8 consecutively? Or make a Sundowns. So if you need there, we are dominant, but then to translating back continental level, and almost 6. 18 hour Jatwas almost 6 Obabe drew the quarter-final stage, of which Mumienu and Obabe drew the semi-final, and 2 shares twice. Talking about sporting success, look, their coach is Miguel Cardoso, and he's built a very fantastic side for Mochepe. Mochepe himself, every investment be a warrior Sundowns be or a confident manager be our judgment. Whichever player Sundowns pen now South Africa, you might feel say airful pirates that so hard more. Chiefs that so, but this evening the gods will be backing Pyramid. Sundowns against Pyramid. Everybody is now rooting for Sundowns. Say, maybe now one thing is say football no dey. PSL no dey. Omo ye dey between ye bia. But yo, reaching quarters, semis na obano atiahwe. Now this time you say enye Ali na one ne ba bebo. Enye Raja na one ne ba bebo. Yo, enye Wydad na one ne bebo. Enye Zamalek. Enye House of Folk na one ne bebo. And yet, I mean, continentally, one of the big giants currently, Pyramids, they have the financial muscles, but sporting wise, Amunye Obia and Ne Obitmia disrupted Sundowns. All Loftus, but and community TNA, careful the idea, you're born you unlike Europe, the annual, they call you see the concept of neutrality. Near Cobo baby, now one day about original. When did you son and Cromos which about one off na little Mosande bar Africa, DNA? Yes. Sundowns a Juma Mobayano, they should put it at the back of their mind to say, Omaka Korean Egypt. Yo, so won't be Regman of Fedia. Baka send cinema Egypt. Me tonight. Egypt back home, but I feel say we see 10 African football so no. yaw yenya shared glory na bi nko south one mo kakra even west had the ati Miki Nigeria African club we betia sorry right now Ghana for me enu entimi nko bi Nigeria nyi mamo I mean they are not
ground shananti o mo kan gani deserve
say Egypt start jiwe yaw I mean omo ni entemetwe ne do me pesa South Africa for no so GB
in terms of experience, you know, Sundowns Benyano over Pyramids, they've been very close in recent times. Omokonie the Omato, and any club be away Sundowns Biano has eventually gone on to make the finals or even win it. Alali Esperance, Obebobo Mudia, clubs or Mobo Mutino managers. So they've been a more consistent side in the contest of the CAF Champions League. They show up. And Omabemembo, you think the last time they made the final and won it was 2014-2015 under Picho Mosemane. They kept on investing into the squad. They went on. Coach almost is here, you know. Last season, on a day Esperance is Sundowns a free. No call final. They went to Esperance to hire the services of coach, you know. Bra, never will name their watching some more. Their kindness or mubewini. And they keep investing into their playing body. Sundowns will scout for players across Africa. But since they almost scouting network, no more extending it across South America. And they go for South American talent, Yenta, Piomo, Encore, the big South American clubs. Nti dewo Chile, dewo Bolivia, even dewo Brazil. They will come and uplift the standards in the team. Investment akobo boko we muno. Semea meninka. I think there will not be a single African club who has invested that much into almost squad building and even hiring coaches than the Sundowns are. Alali go the extreme. They are the benchmark on the African continent. But we Alali Tonchaya. Sundowns will be the next to follow suit. Not even Zamalek, not even Raja, not even WAC of Morocco. And a bit match up to the expenditure. How a match Sundowns, a willing, and then in Africa, the CAF Champions League, so they have been ever present. Menkai last time on Mobile Confederation Cup. What is a tail different from Pyramids? Pyramids, Edisa Berkane, RSB will compete in the Champions League and then the Confederation Cup. But Berkane no do I say Obama Confederation is the specialty. Tinende obo the final against Simba. So on the way is yet here. Then Pyramids near shuffling in between. Almost this year and this season has been a breakthrough season for them. DG for now league said they will play the normal phase and then play the championship stage. Almost normal phase anyway, you know, Pyramids stopped. No, championship stage, you know, they slept in like their first two games. But in the normal phase of the league, they bested and I said they were better than Alali. In the championship, with Festin, Mayele, and the crop of players, even including Ramadan Sobi. The Omayene say they stuck with the coach or the Omoye last season, Omo failure, and that consistency has brought them this far. But I think say a Juma Sundowns ebi a name do see in the first leg there. You see, Pyramids near good, but you don't just need to be good to win, especially in Africa.
And Sundowns are dominant to fear.
Good.
Hardly do you win against them in their backyard.
Obeba Sundowns fear. No BBA. You don't just need to be a good side.
It would have to be extreme.
Exactly. Then you have WAC. You would have Esperance. They don't need to come to South Africa and be better than Sundowns. They come with a strategy. So I think if Pyramids Benya BBA free game way more, it is about their strategy, their approach. And yeah, how good they will be. See a Bobo and Wontumi more since Sundowns for no. Alali Esperance, they concede possession because if it comes to pace, yes, they are two wings. They do two mika. Where more bread, they will stress you out. But more dear munimieno, say or more converted chances that they create. Nti Alali mono be shia Sundowns na. almost should prepare near who says say near corner for the first leg and say near corner for the second leg. I think it will be about who has the best strategy. Cardoso no has seen the best of both worlds. Wakochi Esperance, he played against Alali. Onim senior North African terrain is here. So he would definitely have the ideal game plan for a typical North African opponent. And Wasanso Aba Sundowns, no what he faced Sundowns as an opposition coach, and he's playing with Sundowns as their coach. Tie man on Indiana, the other day, need to need and come about Karim Zito new dreams. So what the team here, Juma now Osanso Ebesuya, the another team about the same team. Who coach now a wow. So I think it is going to be an interesting game. But I think Semeni Newton Bayajay, the game will eventually enter into Sundowns territory. See, maybe a first leg near. So Mark carry the day now, I would not be surprised. But it will be an exciting game because Pyramids for no Omobebo and a Sundowns and so bebo. It's a game no more fair.
Okay. Yeah, so just as Mickey just concluded, game no be a big game. Sometimes they might game a big game apart from technical heads. I na LED or coach way the strategies be neighbor. How many finals previously now ball and knowledge be now acquire in those failures. All put together game with the ideas and the bam. Before that, you also think of goalkeepers, key figures within the setup. Ronwen Williams is the goalkeeper for South Africa. He features for Sundowns tonight, and Peter Shalulile. Yeah. So, and somebody like Peter Shalulile, Continental name, every discussion of football, oh, boy, elect of the Shalulile can. First time I only saw Bonidi. These are the big boys for the occasion. Blatty Toure. These are the boys that do final. Coach in the end we are on the field. You know, you see, say they go beyond just what the coach said. And me say South Africa, yeah. But the majority part of the job is where Mickey concluded. Sundowns nye adwuma no dodo no ho ne ko di Egypt sa ho ne yeko twa cap no tidia yaw on bebre yenko Europe ne discuss stories out the buy. Let's start from a question of the day, no, the trident that defined football in this generation. Because a trident any football will give you everything you want, individual brilliance. May go back who sa toneta yani mitri a bomb to define it. Eh Tony Boa go now shetia Wimbledon no list dear no she banner se ball onana na dami who Tony Boa na me hwe ne sere pa na me who said no, it was why that ball had power. Ball no ame go American was them said 20 years go American was, but every time maybe the beautiful goals am the money who football no e ba be symmetry in terms of trident combinations, partnerships. Me kai Dwight York ne Andikoa. Ne mani Manchester United ho pa. Make you kai that partnership every time. Omumi no lead line and Dwight York and Andikoa. You forget about defenders, you forget about goalkeepers at that point now. Manchester was about that partnership. And so Makukru omu yibo na feature on the chest control no. And then how will you look at this goal?
It's not an unfamiliar foot, right? And then the boy
Tony Oboa. Ne papa eka actually goal scorer's father. What we saw crew from the Tafubian the American goal scorer's father. Tony Oboa. Bo we say no. A blow be agony and a come team a kawa dream a cow team. These were the early days and the patuntum sabe no more ball crano near Regadomo. But you listen to the commentator and everything he said about Tony Oboa, no, it will stick behind your memories. Maka Dwight York and in and decode the actual. Maka Beckham. Holland, you know, and then Thierry Henry, a partnership. Did the invincible about. You think Arsenal any better players with team? They had Toure with team more. No more Ashley Cole with team. Lauren no team. Gilberto Silva, Vieira, you know, team. But the partnership in the final third, even though the periods can grab it back at a trident, and also a coming team power. Now say how Dena Yao, and your Baba Boss, no, a Modric, Casemiro, Cruz, Diano, and a Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. Now, all your presentation, make him a contour kakram. I'm going to for inche. Xavi, Busquets, and Iniesta, Mutri ye, Esa Koboma national team.
Yes.
What would the Adnako Akoyeno?
Omunina free Spain.
Omunina free Spain. It's because we say derby and club football. No, so say house for me and son and them. And now you on home. Because if you are talking about 3 of them, their combo, or me and son a course Spain national team. And they also define an era. 8, 10, 12. What was our quote, 8, 10, 12. 2008 they rose. I feel in Spain neighbor. As a nation, no, they are not new women and lead. My cousin and my squad. But 10 the other day, I mean, no me and say them. And at 2012, the no me and say them. And then before Baba share club football and Yema on my but by be a man come on here then say talking about Luka Modric, Cruz, and then Casemiro. Champions League there, they have it like a signature attached to their bodies. For Zidane, for Ancelotti, in terms of sources, I be and Sandy Frimo. Yo, no matter what, the can be a far way say, it will be down to opinion. It will be down to opinion. It will go beyond statistics. It will go beyond trophies. Yes, I G UEFA OKC. Oh, Modric Swaji Ballon d'Or. Now cancel it out. Oh, yes, I knew we will World Cup. National team success and we and Sao, even though we can have the advantage of jubilating with the World Cup and the Euros, but Modric Modiana more split national team. But even club football in terms of dominance on the field, I am telling you, it will be still down to opinion. The ordinary share, the working kind. So over convincing Madrid ni, over convincing neutral or share Madrid for me and say Ophelia or Jomutum. Say me and say our top what a 2 days job. Me keep I want to or share with a TF4, but in my opinion, Saturday to say I'll be going for Xavi Busquets and then Iniesta. Even though admittedly, or more me and Unino a defining era. Beautiful errors and define it. I will leave it like that. What say I catch us football will continue to grow each and every time. Football continue to grow. McTominay before we from Manchester United we thought say the performance and I know what hitting the ceiling. You catch a performance I hit to ceiling. And they said they am a ball. But the whole year about 3-4 years in intimate imagine you say what the only year bien how bet me can game no bio. Sana na imagine me sana na so adwene yo everybody before Scott was let go of Manchester United. And when you coaching bamu no definition of roles, additional responsibilities, how you help the player, you augment his mentality to admit say baby me do me responsibility no e bi kra ba can but me o coach bia oboa me man me carry me responsibility no. Scott has grown into his game. He has really grown into his game. For national team, he's a captain. And his partnership or forming with Lukaku, whatever, are projecting Napoli. I'm saying, no, me bought Scott McTominay abasopa. Now it goes on further to question Manchester United, the inconsistencies in the technical department. Yes, because one manager has said, "Hey, grow the neighbor." Or manager be our bomb and who say, "Oh, given time, this boy can become a better player for Manchester United." No, this guy wouldn't have let go. Have been left out of the squad
because not Ten Hag crab bonny deep.
Or bonny deep,
but going to bone when
very offense, very in advanced zones and bonny meaning say for adaptability. Oh, bonny deep with me bo. Before
at Man U,
yes. Oh yeah. At some point, I want to be the number 4-9.
Or when mu kweshe go. Or bonny deep ne crano. Or when mu seje akweshe go.
My memory idea about Pilo. Oka Scott as a
yes.
Say Pilo for 10 years. One who the last by 5 years, because Pilo about 6. But we will follow Pilo the earlier all Bannon. Let Pilo a advanced player. Whoa. Pilo was 10. He was so advanced. Oh, you know, and a deeper side of the field. So Scott then he plays in offensive zone, the deeper zone for Ten Hag. Under Conte, he plays more offense. Now look at something. And an attacking coach, Obono deep, and the defensive coach, Obono advance. What do you make of this? Coach, I say, oh, Eric Ten Hag, attacking coach. Oh, do you be Obono deep? Conte as well defended the back five there, the Bono advance and has gotten the best out of the player. Look at his game. Look at Scott McTominay. We are talking about a player who can lead a project. He's been made like a beast. Syrianum. Syriana, I can want some say MVP. It has Rafael was still in their ranks. it has players so many quality players Nicola Barella more down fries Martinez Marcos Thuram we are talking about Scott McTominay. He is the most important player for Napoli this time. And look, in their rise, in their growth as a club, I feel Napoli here, Juma, they won the Scudetto with two different brilliant players in Quavara and then Osimhen. And the movie, just two players in the corner, Jessica. And I'm also for me a very two different partnership, Lukaku and Scott, and I'm also trophy as the fourth Scudetti in their history. I mean Napoli, and a fit for Antonio Conte as a manager. Omaya Juma pa. Na kumaya di babi man ya mesre pa kase. Shadrack wa. Oni said Napoli for no de dase. Ya we are. On say ma me mojoada no mo de dase o. Omko afia no mo de dase mu frantoma. Na oni say Napoli for ko de dase no. Omada Pedro ase. Pedro Barcelona player. Yeah. Na me so me di Peter enti Pedro so di Peter no me pena sempa. Na me Pedro na nkrofo da wase wo free fa no mo da wase na no na free bench. Oh bra, e be bought 2 goals against Inter Milan. Share the TV na so no. Napoli 4. Where Napoli Spain and I say Napoli 4 Spain handle no. Na me shira Peter.
No, omoye ni banners crowd the bobo down.
But that 2-2 no very crucial.
I didn't have to be.
And they about dream be a dream.
Yes sir. Asebibia and omo elbona so. Looking at the sources of Napoli and Enyano. One, ya obekasa Napoli and Victor Osimhen ho na fe ne yonko.
Obia fe ne yonko because without Osimhen and even without Kvaratskhelia or John halfway. Tomine Lukaku Continental Jumano.
Amaya Juma serious, yaw. Obia Feni Yonko. The best answer is what you gave me. Obia no one more Feni Yonko. Look at the sources, the love. I mean, the connection Osimhen has had with Gala fans. Bana Miki baby bratre so much church my manenko. Ya cementing Yonka. Osimhen unlucky sources. Back in Naples, a Nigeno Buso. But I feel say a kwanya mumie no ntembefa so betete no is the next step. Yaw. So Osimhen anya careful Napoli for no between mu. He has to decide and finish with them. But there's a conversation in this one. Jonathan Tabeko buying. Now buying for no project, they have players in the final third in the midfield. A bit condensed, but be an imaginary and say Oberbo Pamecano, Oberbo Kim in J, a Rediaco, but getting somebody like Jonathan Tano, a Bema company who are power. May she company as defender as he was. The kind of team of Beshano may probably a strength on Oberfolly. Since net Juma be a warrior be a yako say as a disciple for Pep Guardiola or fun and a so, but not his mentality as a defender. How an ordinary. Yeah, we've said this many times. Oshe coaches now. How are no born to be on back out. I'm person show with team so many years. I mean Pep Guardiola club, all of these guys in the team, a certain mentality where they were players. Fabregas cracker home. I think company and Jonathan Tah at the very right time. Even Eric Dyer Cracono, Upamecano and then Kim Min-jae cannot win you anything. They are not leaders. Nobody controls the other one. It's all about Rohoni Kubasi. And from Swabana Banakese. Huge errors and Jonathan Tah has been built in a way he understands the German culture, the Bundesliga, the Wabaje. In a typical back three where defense is the ultimate core. Jonathan Tah may imagine himself baby ya on game Bruno. Obetimi has started for any club side in this world right now. PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Manchester United, pressure no crowd yourself from. I feel say Jonathan Tah buying for no are very good. Look, they can have Hurricane for number 5, Makumako 5 team. But Ugo somebody would have to protect it. Other than that, Osha 10 number 10 in and no 19 man common in Europe. No, Omo say Italy.
Yeah. Oh, bar way so some share yet consider.
You need somebody to lock down that defense. 2 minutes, okay, or say 2 minutes like a Basa Kemuko. Didn't see what you know. So Jonathan Tah in a mix of this buying squad, having this chemistry midfield. Now we nya Sajinabri, Hurricane Mo, Yorasani, Jonathan Tah is just going to help buying any Vincent company. I want to see baby on project to be true. Jokeres is 70.
But Premier League in some of the player of the season amount Mohamed Salah.
Mo Salah
Premier League for no the amount Mohamed Salah. So Salah football writers and what they say kind of last week OJ. And see Premier League for say this season best player in the league Mohamed Salah. Ti yankwe.
Yo, Arsenal conversation how Wontumi na ababesi kwam no me one person Mikel Arteta I've never subscribed to the fact say Wontumi nya adwuma no obi obeka say Mikel Arteta wa check no wa say no emre ni trophy ho football fans yenti ase yo emre ni trophy ho so your football club na pesa o win a trophy a yemfa mre ento ho
okay.
Palace, how many years from Magic trophy?
Entire years.
Spurs,
the last time Omonia trophy is 17 years ago, but Europe they are check.
Trophy. Time on now. This is the unfortunate thing about football. People don't want to accept. Oh, Papa bet me do Kotoko has Ghost Stadium until some Papa Baby Woo. Ah, Baba Daniel not that. Ardent fan of the club. I'll be who sources. Oh, Papa, Abia who sources. We team na because can Papa tia say neka sources here and there. That has been football. If you don't have the patience to wait, then you are not ready to leave out your heart. Say, the Mac club no. Now the aqua say, as football fans, mu. Ya do ya wo Emma football clubs na ya de banim no ya ba be share sources. For instance, no dey fear 10, 12, 15, maybe 20 years. Oba be share house of folk sources no. And you be dear robuta
because what who be
oba dear robuta. And nuntina my former boss Joe or Kakotoko asama ya so unsu. He's Kotoko and Kotoko, but sources has dried. And then obi already 10, 12, 15 years ago, 20 no. Who Kotoko na obi decide so be Kotoko na chi anase wondi achiri. But the Kotoko de na ba or the sources de na ba bedru na Kotoko ntimi mani bia no. Osora say ya no obeye. So who di club na chi a. Ese so hunu say e ya ware. Me hu saban fa church I will leave Manchester forever. Oboa obasa kobusa results na chire. Me blaster me niachire and you dress girl yes Yehudi ako yaw blaster boss so obesa busa resource akoye Mikel Arteta ya adwuma. He's giving them hope. He's changed their mentality. Squad we odoma back akra changing the faces. Okay squad obeto ye Ozil Alexis Sanchez mo squad no wa ye no kakra dia basa baby Arsenal squad na drum dia madwene ye me ne say no aduane ne baby a sentinel wote ne nyeso disease was sentinel na ya wote o aduane baby a wuhuru ofrikwana na oba ehia wo ba odi siso fofra emfa enko en changing from ano you had the taste of the Champions League by knocking out the greatest ever team in the Champions League out in the Champions League this season. You also who success. You've stopped one of the greatest coaches in the Champions League. And season and corporate trophy kakra e dey akwa kire so we na maye na pese me ko Brazil ko bobra no Mikel Arteta has stopped him. Me ya Arsenal fan I see that as a success. Because club no menje Champions League na mate ahwe na masore na masabaji biemo. That has not been the case. That has not been the case. And the Palace for Europa League no ya omo dey call hefa. Omo friend na no mo wo free policy nyina akwa kogunsa. No the trophy na koba bi omo so ya omo himfe kese. Na eno me hu on ba so ma chire Europa League champions. Hey.
Na for Tottenham.
Spurs for Madrid better control the Barca achi abose ko friend brass band abase ya Europa League. You see and what the standard I say. But on no Spurs in there. It is your moment. Where that's a umpe. Arsenal Juma under Mikel Arteta no. Me dream achi ko the United Emery o experience ne. Arteta baba ye in dia. Me dream achi ko PSG series after coaches bringing in Ancelotti, Huibio, Laurent Blanc. Give me the coaches.
Tuchel Pochettino mo.
Yet I feel a PSG who say squad ya parody over time no and me be bian for my yo experience quality PSG squad now fade atwam no omo nya better say we mo I mean, Panumube always say, who are the established players? Who are the winners? But PSG are knocking hard this season. That's coaching. It's Mikel Ajuma wabaya di ama Arsenal for who bibia. Gabriel Saliba, Timber ne Calafiori who bibia. Partey Declan Rice. Me, I've always been saying it. Osha Arsenal squad no people so. They are kind of simple. They need a striker. Now the first time Mikel Merino, football is changing. The globe is changing and football is responding. Last time I heard somebody the academy player be chance say Bob Bonnie and share that or the Casemiro concranum, Vinicius or the concranum, Kubo or the concranum, Odegaard or the concranum. But I sense when they're Philly. Time has changed. I feel say Arsenal for get a quality striker. And then do the job for you. Now what you need chino. Yeah, Shajuma opponents and also so yeah. And why any question Mikel Arteta pressure? Ajuma be Man City here. Even Man City at Yashimpo afi opamone Arsenal fan boom. Arsenal fan better. India fall American wasem. Look at the squad and its slot war. Spurs and Ebano. Man Manchester United squad we want some more EPL Europe so. But look at Spurs and Newcastle. These guys, I'm gonna want jet title, no, but I'm how come. I'm gonna want jet title, but I'm how come. Aston Villa want jet title, but how come. It means you need a premium squad, and it's me GBB amount. Who is your striker? Now, why you want to be baby? I want to say, Adriana Bear, Kaka Krabi, this is so. You cannot tell them corner, one corner, five title, man, watch it. It has never been my opinion. No.
So, only problem with Sebio Bibeka so or by 5 seasons now 6 seasons here Kohana Sihani because as a debut I ben home so say 3 seasons in a row and a real league now Mikel aben one nanka Arsenal meje any problem krama omo fans no
yo Mikel Arteta Arsenal for enter boss no mu hu ni mobo ni situation it say dia to Diego Simeone e wo Spain no. So Udi Madrid any Basachia, Obaka Simini on Yajuma or check ni sika so when you say that other we Simini didn't ria and a huba be Ujina be a pie. Simini Juma Wayano, what Yajuma, but I can't obey you too, you're free ho. Or by a day so, obey a day so. And come on, and yet you say over Tiasio. Senye okaso man pressure pa fa so ni so a enye den so betiase England Mikel Arteta has Pep Guardiola Liverpool to deal with akasifo no mienu in Spain Diego Simeone has Madrid ne Barca to deal with now we Atletico Madrid referee Europa League status they be do Champions League okay win it 2014 when they ha me when they ha no Madrid the crown 2016 na sai hwan ya just a few no at Diego Simeone so Europe so one share Madrid Barca be share Barca krono but you are saying say Diego Simeone nya adwuma yaw Mikel Arteta he needs a striker and na me imagine him say Odegaard no o man alternative edru ba bi akonu mu on den no Odegaard oyirai eti konya vet be kan Odegaard ho na kodo Odegaard kra ko 8 Odegaard onya 10 mame na Arsenal wanya Ozilas 10 na offer Odegaard 10 apesa o chese ene so onya Arsenal fan wanya Mesut Ozil yaw yenka no kra o Chelsea ni so speak from neutral point
no eno kware nye
Arsenal 10-2
no kware na club are supporting them like you are being straight
Ozil no Odegaard 10 no na oji Odegaard so Florent Vets no na seka 10 million na Rodrigo say openo come vet na ko beba omra oh they are so that you can push the guy to the 8 no the Partey decline no let me have so now the Florent vet ejina 3 strikers echi 4-2-1-3 Saka winger back ko se Martinelli na bebo no a se Trossard na be push na ko ho now the Osimhen bi oh the community no yaw eno na Arsenal for here
so to say Rodrigo Arsenal Jitun's on between £10 million. Rodrigo on the left. Bukayo Saka on the right. If you have Victor Osimhen, Benjamin Shears could be 9. No vet. Florent Vets. 10. Not Partey.
Declan Rice. 4-2-3-1, 4-2-4. Ejina 10 no so 10 no move a ekoka ho na 4-man attack. 10 drop be ka 2 no a na 4-3-3. How he floats will define the system. But Arsenal needs a number 10.
Yeah, whoa, Mate, new, but I say. My member Michael, when Michael has a report from Sporty FM, Mike and so, and far the take. And Mike, yeah, Professor Asante.
Well, the story of Napoli and their win of a Scudetto, a lot of Iba. Or reflect Eddie Hunkomobebra, ni na ba be doing so Antonio Conte. I think he has been the main man behind this win at Napoli winning as regards the Scudetto. To start with, I think that they are deserving winners of it, Serie A. So we'll share Serie A table na Sharak Bebuaya. Ope teams or more lead after every match there. Napoli nenya the most leads. See about 38 matches, right?
Yes.
After every match day, the other table no show no. Napoli nenya kes did 21 leads. The earliest stage our mobile show was match day 6, and they are ending match day 38 as the Serie A leaders, and not just the leaders, Serie A winners. Inter now or more competing. Inter topped the table after every match week 9 occasions. Atlanta 5, Torino Benya Bakon at the start of a campaign. Yaburemua from match day 5. Udinese match day 4 after a very good start. Juventus Motabon the first 2 matches, they were top of a Serie A table. Evenly spread, but Napoli nema gap. So they had been they have been the most consistent team after every match week. But for more slip up at certain stages in the campaign, especially lead up to match day 32, match day 33, and the man Inter from Mosro. At a point in time, they had a certain buffer, no more bare 6 points or 7 points ahead, but almost slipping up, and the man Inter from Mosro. But the contest is last season, Napoli D10th. Inter winning league, no now we have point gap between Inter and Napoli. I fancy Neke Kakobe 40 points or more. And then Napoli need a distance between themselves and then the Champions League qualifying places. Nay 15 points. So they measure the level of success Napoli have achieved. 40 points adrift of Inter, no J Titan, and they were better league now ahead of Inter Milan. Or we need by a point.
Rapid response.
Exactly. We're closing that margin. By and fanisa. Because we share the paper so ne table ne so. But I said Napoli nya 40 points more. Inter dropped in terms of their standards, their performance, and then Napoli appreciated in terms of their own standards and their performance. And the Boamo to be league way no margin. You give the credit to Antonio Conte for what he has been able to do. A lot of challenges faced. Both season, Noel Usu, one of your top playmakers. Kivicha Kvaratskhelia or Paris Saint-Germain. Then no more pe Karim Adeyemi. And I say Alansa Maxima. And I say Alejandro Garnacho. Sikenyo, Yentimi Alpha player number. So they were looking for replacement to come in for the void na Kvaratskhelia Bejato. But why never? Then they got no Okafor. Before Sebe January winter transfer window no. Ye na we suko pride, David Nere suko pride. Yeah. So they've had their own fair share of challenges. But I have now here experience. Obi a waye bida. Because he knows how to manage such situations. Ntina Debiakas experience no one pa. Conte has been there before to learn him how to navigate the ship. And then they also had the luxury of playing just 1 match a week. Coppa Italia Mefri Mamumbo Europe. So it allowed him time to prepare and then engineer this level of success for them. Actually, Conte team Nimudian, the last time he won the Scudetto, he had 2 formidable attackers in Lautaro Martinez, Romelu Lukaku. Since Lukaku no 31 years or 32, or near Wadenia Hokikanesa. Okay, no problem. Can we get another weapon? Until Lukaku nani names or she goals, this time around. Lukaku's game became all round. He was scoring, but not at the frequency he was during his previous stint at Inter Milan. But he was assisting as well. To check his Serie A this year, player being one of the most assists this season in the Serie A, but for Romelu Lukaku. And what I say, you can't get a relationship now. I think the Conte Lukaku affair is the best example of a player willing to serve a coach and the coach understanding how to use a player. Conte use Lukaku as a predator, and him horse goals, and we use as a playmaker. What I say? Player no swadi atu mse papi oboa me pa enne de ebesi bia no de opese me ye bia no mekume ho e de amano wo park ne so. And that is how come it has blossomed into a love affair. It sounds with this success area, but not just once but twice at Inter Milan and now at Napoli. 133 appearances in Lukaku Abo and Antonio Conte, 78 goals, 27 assists in all competitions and clubs played for between the two. Ucheki coaches and Lukaku aye adwuma wo mo ase. I don't think none of them. And the betting aka say many Lukaku ye adwuma no success say no the amaye. Under Conte he's won 2 league championships. Conte na Lukaku about the most minutes under. Conte na Lukaku about the most matches under. Conte na Lukaku actually the most goals under. Conte and Lukaku ama the most assists under. Into what I say, and also happiness so, and I watch you to say oneno and a betna. A beautiful football relationship. But even this was not enough to win Napoli the title. Again, Napoli title, no imagine, you better Serie A 20 teams. They are the champions, or match the fewest goals. Serie A a 20 team league. Napoli are the champions of the Serie A who have scored the fewest goals. And it wasn't just Lukaku's goal scoring or playmaking. Again, there was an element to Napoli's play. Finding the perfect balance. Ocheki goal for now. About 38 matches. Washe 59 goals. Milan no that 9th position no. Or no about 37 matches. 1 game fewer than Napoli. Or no swashe 59 goals. League no there Napoli J1 so ye Inter shares 79 goals, which is 20 more goals than Napoli did. But what was the difference maker? The difference maker was in the defense. Napoli finished the season as the best defensive rated team by virtue of goals conceded. 27 goals after 38 games. Next our striking average now. Match bia no this omobo mienu ansa no ma concede mu baako. A strong defensive unit. And they kept a clean sheet. Their 19th clean sheet of the campaign. Yeah. So Napoli's title win, the entire say a more Conte than any other player no, was engineered by finding the balance between a solid defense and then an attack that can get you goals where necessary. Into check here. Graph here, that's really. Courtesy the Athletic. You will see that Napoli near this cycle be a fan who blue bino. On the way in panning atrocious, no strong defense, strong attack. Or when names will be Napoli balance now. Maybe the closest will be Juventus, then it will get to Inter Milan.
Nese, or no. On my one share, but on a show back on so dear.
On your beshell.
And one
exactly international thing. And also they will bide their time and find their moment. Time or man find your moment near some home draws. I think Omuni Dinese will fear Omobo 1-1. They struggle to get goals. But when you show their bedding. And in doing this, they needed a weapon or yet different from Lukaku. And that is where Scott McTominay comes in.
Serious.
Again, McTominay is a player. I won't say them who are Chedi or war. But he is a technically astute player. Coaches nimni yusia ebwa emfaswobem. Even at the hag na no nye bimbono. Anytime he climbed off the bench, he came to do a job. It am not mind you for a friend super sub. Super sub. One quality he possessed, his ability to time his runs, the third man runs into the box. Or a midfielder, attacking midfielder at best. But on him, send you see tete every box in him no be do juma. on your striker, but he had excellent movement. Into your screen as well. Where short as Scott McTominay boy in the Serie A this season. Fancy, don't want or boxing him. Average distance of shots are all ball to go. Osha quality circle can see that's when the quality of chances. Meaning nani inside the box. Or you're very comfortable shooting with his left, comfortable shooting with his right, and also our aerial ability into timidity and social goals in the mouth. So McTominay was that predator in the boxer, or substituting the strength and not substitute, or complemented the strength and Lukaku were in times past. Nanka Lukaku ne beye penalty balls ni mo jumani ina. Nenam se age ninti. Lukaku had lost some of his powers. And to make sure say oh the ball Lukaku di ene hono. Let me activate the weapon in Scott McTominay into dominating the box. So when you have Scott and when you have Lukaku, you have a two-pronged weapons to attack opponents and get what you want. And to check here, McTominay in the box. Shall I can find the previous image into so. Goals were saying now, not share 12 goals. Back open outside the box. Back open, and I stand to be corrected. I think it was a goal against Napoli. The Akani now, a goals were shared in the box, even including the 6-yard balls. Maybe a keeper no share 2. Ni na headers. So this guy was a game changer for Antonio Conte, especially at a time where Conte's main man couldn't give him everything because of certain physical limitations. And goals at McTominay saying, they were timely goals. But Titru, he was mostly responsible for scoring the opening goals for them, especially Yebe campaign.
Is it goal and Napoli settle?
And more don't want on the five of the 12 goals he scored were goals to give Napoli the lead. So cut to the image now, next not the toes now. You will see, say, goals at McTominay Asheni Nano. Match week 14, Omni Torino. Game no 1-0. Why not share the only goal? McTominay in the 31st minute. He gave Napoli the lead and they held on. Defensive solidity. And what does it happen? They mostly keep a clean sheet. Again, match week 32 at home to Napoli. On the shadow moment, the first goal, they won that game 3-0. He scored 2 goals, but he opened it for them. Match week 33 away at Monza, he scored the only goal of the game in the 72nd minute to give Napoli the 3 points. Then against Torino, he scored the opening goal 7th minute to give them the lead. They won the game 2-0. Then Enra against Cagliari, he scored the opening goal again to give them the lead. By virtue of the opening goals, it means in the 5 goals scored, they won 5 games. How many points? 15 points. They won the league by how many? I think 82. So he was an effective weapon that was used by Antonio Conte to achieve everything they aspired to as regards the Scudetto. But again, see the MVP Nema McTominay, no, it has been a Serie A season. One standout performer. Flashes in the pan. Riccardo Solini has been brilliant for Bologna, but a flash on near consistent. Mario Retegui, started season Atlanta went on a certain streak. She shared goals in top scorer, but he went off eventually. And the way on the evidence of the impact. At times, player of the season, you share consistency. So, why not to say salad? I share the impact when you're team him. This is the contest. When you're pre-season and Antonio Conte. To say the players need be I say any Conte so he needed to quickly adapt. He's playing in a new league. And already he was coming on board not as an established player, but player. In the Tottenham. He was a castaway from Man U. And it's an yome yabe tutu din. Ye ne free Man U set up. Ni waba league fufro. On take us an ye eduane hon sensem weather. He will need to adapt. Then you come to the pitch. Coach, ne menene nye juma pre-season cry nye. I need to quickly learn and cope with Antonio Conte. Into check here. No goals now, she match winning goals. No, the first one about match week, and Shadrach and Maya Bion. After 10 match weeks, match week 14, he needed time. And the moment he settled, he never looked back. And he became another weapon to use from Antonio Conte's side. But the Makani still, it wasn't enough to win Napoli the league. They needed external help. 2 games that defined inter-season and then shaped the Serie A title to be placed in the hands of Napoli. 2 games. The Ebeka Epa and Lazio, the Ena Pedro Beshe 2 goals. But game I say D Inter was Bologna versus Inter, 20th of April 2025. Riccardo Solini in the shed the only goal. 90 plus 4 minutes. Yes. 90 plus 4. And who called Naples are? As they were preparing to celebrate the title win, they were also paying homage and are saying thank you, expressing their profound gratitude to 2 players who are not in their squad. Bakuya Riccardo Solini, Bakuya Pedro. If you go to Naples, a football home common no mudia, we no kawasan kawai nebem Victor Osimhen and Asa Kvaratskhelia, but they've been taken out. Then they have Diego Maradona, because for Maradona, he has done what Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen didn't do, loyalty to the cause. Nti Maradona no, you be a moon seen from Naples. Then there was Sant Gennaro. He's a patron saint of Naples. Nti ono na to Maradona so no. Who is the next? A Saint Ossolini. Or more Napoli. But they remember, say 20th April do ye no. On only go ne boy man Napoli ni Inter beye pe. And then there is Saint Pedro.
Obi kra say the Inter dey Barca no. Na ma Pedro adwa to no free bench buyer kikiri.
Obeshe
2 goals. Say they be omuntu league no.
So these 2 characters. So matro mo hu ba ku bi o ma Saint Pedro. Di Protectori di Napoli. There's a protector of Napoli. Pedro ni Ossolini also played a part. So Napoli's title win is actually an interesting story to tell. But it is the clearest demonstration that at times you need external hands to influence success. If we are we were lucky. So we were lucky. Lucky near the Napoli yes and an opportunity be a better baby no, they grabbed it. So again, how I would define luck here, when the perfect opportunity meets an effective preparation. Next one who see no onye bibia was away. Anna Queen and Beto and Somu. So Napoli effectively prepared for this, and they had a perfect opportunity that was engineered by 2 players, not from their club, but at different clubs, Lazio and Bologna, in Pedro and Riccardo Solini respectively. So kudos to Napoli. So much league, how they build on from here are very crucial. Will Conte stay? McTominay, Lukaku, and the rest. How would they be willing to go the next level? It will be crucial. In Conte's tenure, the only time he's won and gone ahead to establish a dynasty sort of was Juve. Inter he left. Napoli, will he stay or will he leave? And no see SM7. Away from that, I say
Premier League.
Chelsea.
Like top 5. No say it's advanced 2 days.
Chelsea ana. Chelsea na woka.
Nottingham.
Mami we Modric na member so.
Wontumi.
And come I think see did that. Say who can in recent time I will pay true value for money transfer. I think say Madrid history nim no. Uyi Ronaldo, the next player to fall in line, Luka Modric. Ronaldo is the best value for money transfer in Real Madrid's history. Not even Zidane. Not even Ronaldo from Brazil. no other player na Madrid atisika kotonwa when ya ne so mfa so te said omunya o Ronaldo ho no e bin sida yes Messi de ya ntono so difference wom kakra Messi no Barca for ni nya ne ketwa na omo tete na ade ne bai but Ronaldo de no omo kofa no heavy they made it a world record transfer. It gathered headlines. It made a lot of news around the world. Now you're global superstar while arriving at Madrid, emulating the Galactico era. Yeah. Ronaldo came as a previous winner, and then he was the reigning world best player. No aje Champions League, no aje Ballon, wajeje the world best player. So, Obaye no, he took it to the next level. So Ronaldo left Real Madrid as the all-time top scorer. Champions League no GBR. All free Madrid no. Then he has cemented the status as the all-time top scorer in the history of the competition. Ronaldo made sure at time Oja Madrid no, they had asserted their dominance and their hold say they are the best team in the history of the Champions League. Into way no, Madrid nyane so mfa so pa. Again, ne ho jerseys ne no ho nneoma mo beton no ebroso ticket de bia Ronaldo honti the renewal was there. So Madrid got Ronaldo as a very good player, but they added to his personality. He became an icon or a brand. Nto munya ne huska ana omu ja ne kwan kra no mo sanse je transfer fee Juventus for omebo
100
exactly the point.
I say omu kra Ronaldo cross omu turn by 96
ana omu turn say
what chini munsuwa
sans what escape from into where they no the best value for money transfer. We no free I think it's Modric. Different storyline but similar significance. Modric no Madrid for the better 30 million pounds a turn from Spurs. The first thing I'm saying is that no more dinner term year ratings here way, but he was able to wait.
Was voted worst player.
Yeah.
Was
Joseph Cracker say
worst player.
Exactly.
Was voted Madrid worst player that season now.
Yeah, in the first season.
Now, for a player to overcome adversity, a lot of negative comments, criticism, then eventually rise to become the most decorated player in the history of this same club. It tells you say a rise from rags to riches. No bia, but oja ono oyobi. 30 million pounds. Waje Ballon d'Or, Champions League waje a. Obienu awaba Madrid team no waje crew wasin way. Again, value for money transfer. So this guy is living as a great, as an icon, but he came as a good player in the Premier League. Oh, our boss Spurs were here. He has survived and thrived. He survived in the early stages. He thrived under different managers. Coach being who about Madrid. When Madrid settled, coach being who about your bench. Ancelotti, Abba, Zidane, Abba, you can mention the names, even including Rafael Benitez. None benched him. He became a key call in the Madrid midfield. So we know, and yet Ronaldo the end between moi. I would have boldly stated here, say he's the best acquisition Madrid has made in this era.
But for Ronaldo na say no.
Minim club will be our offer midfield any heavy to say that. No.
So you can say Levy Crown of France when Chelsea deal here was a blessing in disguise for the player in question.
Exactly. At times, baby, at times, baby, and yeah, your talent alone. But where you are going, Coutinho, baby, I know Kono at that time it was the wrong move. You ain't me if I won't call Barcelona now. Won't call you playmaker now. Messi no, who is saying? Say Coutinho nkonko ye playmaker of Barcelona na at Messi we jai bobo. Griezmann, Atletico Madrid to Barcelona. Again, yeah, if I won't call Barcelona now won't call the main goal scorer and not the goal threat when there is Messi. Atletico ne de Simeone be yo sa. But Barcelona na yes so sao because Omahu says so many bro so at times it is not just your talent but the timing and where you are going.
I said yeah new maybe we can about Bruno no crap Mike say twa say Simeone de be ma wo Griezmann why Griezmann obey the main man
exactly
but so who Barcelona na mo Messi ewo that time when be Dembele money so be enfu because born no na be receiver of the most
na Griezmann crowd no Odru Suarez or be Drew Messi
you see
Inti Coutinho made a good move for his career but at the wrong time the timing wasn't good and the environment be piano okono yen koye ohene wo ho
a player onu nti Levy man tena bench say also be coach Chelsea
no
bench the whole season.
Trust me I won't lie if Modric had come to Chelsea and came our Champions League nibi but rising Drew status or Kodru no asem no credit yen kan fanche enuanom Modric at Chelsea would have never risen to that level. He wouldn't. The level of consistent wins, successes, Derby, KBC. So he's the second best for money for value transfer at Madrid, and he's leaving. But gracias, Luca. Oh, say why I'm gonna go no team.
Make you can send me say Modric about Madrid. No, who say we are benching it. Your boy elevation football now you share the piano your player be or you're part of the squad but the mentality is silly being part of the squad no and no the same squad no your player be on you okay with just being part of the group. He wants to be the face, the leader of the group. The same squad no you have somebody on the mentality no, he wants to be the face of the group. Now train na konya such players no be me ensa e team no mu I am telling you, will still have one or better stand out. Now, both stages, there's one stage your entire ensure. Love will be a honor, play be a be do sa level we are. Tactics and you need free ball beam. Which coach is coming and you need free line up on beam? I'm telling you. Tactics are what you could book me now for class. I say, what about Barca? And I will say, where if you are juicing two be definitely you Messi in bench. Enko bench. Me touch say you free. That is bien who has done Ancelotti, Jose about Modric. Only the fulcrum of that midfield.
Lentias you were born him now bro tactics so.
Good. Tactics bien to me free me kwa hana and find a coach in Pemasam no boy. Modric, there are certain stage you reach there. Regardless of who comes in, regardless of the structure, regardless of the basis of that system. Yow, Modric or the ball. That is the level he got to. Now Ronaldo no Messi no name no. That is when I coach no Baba say name na dey me person start. So Modric as when make it Canada. We can talk about Modric for all day. Now look, football. E betime ma name dodo na but e be sa GBB free some later. Oni Musa Dembele na ono wo Tottenham Hotspur no.
Na o pia ball ko enimu pa. Ono our physique. Our technical extreme technical our BBAB but one job game no. Modric only height. Messi only height. But ne Kosoro use my head on count Modric. How many times was Modric Kosoro? But he's so dominant on the ground to say I didn't know like Kosoro no what they shame from. It's former the BN one Modric only mu ye. Positional sense, distance coverage, passes, no breaking it down, short passes, diagonal passes, long range passes, whichever classification of passes, and I may you Modric and the free hormone. He has everything. He cannot dominate in the air. He doesn't even do that. But a formula similar thing to Messi. Messi ni fan no one way you free mu. But what he does with the left no. Who the community no. So Modric on fanity more ball. Iniesta for the team pinball, Ozil for the team pinball, Bernardo Silva for the team pinball, but Domodomo na ibe no.
Sa Modric assist we assist shame pa.
Trevella be no.
Your crossing ball ni ma Benzema head over Rudiger not against Chelsea.
Trevella cross be na.
Aside Trevella ni your moji free you no. Ojini 9 year ma. I think it was Rodrigo also. But before that no cross ya ma Benzema head ya too.
Yeah.
And then the shame me papa and then the setting the momentum for Trevella ni there no.
But now, but football pie video.
So moderate.
Because when highlight here, Shadrach, you now share Madrid front anymore. Even without Ronaldo and Benzema and Vinicius, on come here or more comebacks, I would do. And contribution.
We won't be no more survivors. Before now, we do any who's who bedru hano. Was survive by no the way who.
I am for them because we say on your full anchor Christian Eriksen, crying born butcher Modric, but the Mike Casa or call Madrid, you know. So imagine KBA Eriksen same at Madrid.
No, sada football na you. Football baby, I will corner a home.
Yeah.
Your choices. And don't me say, I'm more in the enemy catcher come and say a risk and opportunity. No, to him say pressure on Manchester, but he took it. Even though a risk, but an opportunity. Abu Ben is so quiet. Say, I found our fast. I do you know.
There are Mike Cassandra.
A risk, a opportunity. What do you do? Where you decide to go? No, Jude Bellingham. Now when you say, Oba Madrid no. Mbappe beba be tini goals no so I am telling you be aka obetwan bibi kakra yeah ke yi nanim de ne kire na Benzema nim say Ronaldo be sorry atena no so am o push na konche na later say Ronaldo kwa ansa na oba e bi aka obedwini bibi kakra
so no ko nya botre o
Benzema me who player wo nya botre wo Madrid say Benzema look for a wing so na Ronaldo ba and they brought Benzema because na he going into nya bibia. At some point, Ronaldo said that be me cramming pench on me pe one ho. Come on, we no.
But bono,
football, you don't just need talent. At times, you also need personality.
Because more than pitch national. That is why
because the reflection
between Ronaldo and Benzema also Saudi.
Yes.
But among can't say
one picture
national there.
Me say
professional level no.
The apostle of football off the pitch I affected on the pitch na also be bracing the ewu park na so no. And it's a when you a tough character or personality na you do you crumble.
Become a bonai. Obo rings
you
left.
crumble.
After about 2 seasons, pay me 9.
You straight. You have a different role, Wontumi.
Maybe I will be born a wow.
But Benzema so now but Ronaldo kwe na e be 500 ne say.
Lutina okokacha koto asem donya meka mame. To say
akwa robot ya.
Amumu nya bona mamu pa asem.
Akwa robot ya. I say I swear he's playing against us.
Wow, couple Brana Premier League top 5 now.
I think that the tricky way a woman say Everton has nothing to offer again. Oba away at Newcastle. Game where say we free St. James had to go Goodison Park. Now the last game I ever go Goodison Park, I check the atmosphere. Everton for number Newcastle for no. But Everton have already played their final game at Goodison. Almost season almost in the last week. And we no be no. They are just making sure it's a mere formality. So it gives Newcastle a certain advantage over the other teams that are competing for a spot. Again, in a similar situation, there is Aston Villa. Aston Villa boy against one. Or both here, Manchester United. Almost season after the Europa League final. United won't find any motivation to play. Born on common Europa League in the year. Na come about Old Trafford, no more trophy, no more parade at fans. No, it would have given them a different feel, spirit, vibe. No more the rim, no more. But then they the Omodin Kugo. Tomobo Old Trafford, Hona. So some nebepe, but they are not ready mentally to play. So Aston Villa, Newcastle, by virtue of the opponents they are facing, it looks like they will get the 3 points. When here, just permutations. Then, even if you are looking at form and then equal strength, Villa are better than Man U as it stands, form guide. Newcastle are better than Everton, form guide. And they have good opponents and are the best opponents to face. So Villa was saying 66. Newcastle was saying, almost 3 points, almost saying 69. Again, Man City, 68 points, Oba against Fulham. Marco Silva has never defeated Pep Guardiola team there. Olympiacos, Bayern Munich, Hull City, Man City. Then there is a case of Everton, Fulham. He has never defeated Pep Guardiola. Onene Pem Ombe Bibi Kakra, but City Betiano by half time. 14 matches, 14 defeats. Man City are playing at the Craven Cottage, but open pitch side the beer, nebo was where there. Fulham for venue, you know. Park in the moon, wow, and a come one. To go now, ball now. You always struggle against them, and this season I told some of the big sides, even including Arsenal. So considering the form City is in now, I will want to dissociate the history between the two managers and concentrate on recent development.
Okay.
I think if there will be a slip, baby back will be feared by a City and a Fulham game now.
We will drop your points.
Yep, that is. I see a slip here. Then again to Nottingham Forest, Chelsea. Forest was 65, Chelsea 66. Good. Chelsea bar away. Game we were Stamford Bridge are different. Check Chelsea away from. What I would say Chelsea beat by a BB, no. Before you continue and then advance your point, just reference where Chelsea lie in terms of the away table or Premier League name and then the away performance. It is nothing to write home about. And Chelsea are playing this game with a handicap. Nottingham, the enemy, didn't come on now. Mebo Chris Wood, he's the first Australasian to register 20 goals after Mark Viduka 2002-2003. He's scoring. Again, Nottingham Forest game, to hit you direct from the counter break. 1, Anthony Elanga. 2, Callum Hudson-Odoi. The Morgan Gibbs White won fin. So when Forest go direct, they hurt you. And Chelsea team, they have become masters of orchestrating or mankas or downfall. Check goals, check point, check chances. Keep a bit me chance opportunity. Defender bit me opportunity.
Sanchez.
So it is not that Chelsea is good enough, but it is because this Chelsea team cannot be consistent throughout in the game, and there will be moments for Forest, just as there will be moments for Chelsea. It is the ability of Nottingham Forest to make their moments count. If they do, they will beat Chelsea. Into the media, baby, our points never drop here free, no. Between Fulham and City, and then Nottingham Forest and Chelsea, and I think between Man City and Chelsea, I have a Champions League. And if I am going to go all out, by virtue of City having a 2-point advantage over Chelsea, so about draw, not Chelsea, about draw, so I am predicting Chelsea won't make the top 5 and play the Champions League.
Oh, Mate, Medase, couple. But Bishop Atapo Kunso say victory get together Liverpool fans na wo Kumasi na across Kumasi sermon. So I done it Sunday, that is on the 25th, and not watching to watching no I'm say yes omo djuma de be our King's Cafe shop Kumasi City more here and watching King's Cafe shop. I want a Liverpool for no so almost on Baba ye na fe. Majo man say mo bus parade IHS idea. They say Kumasi for so Liverpool supporters and fans and they say almost over our King's Cafe shop. I will Kumasi City more till Liverpool audience. No one support Liverpool be anyame armo chana.
Legend Bakusu tie one of household names or radio industry name Kuntu Blankson. Also a show no, he's enjoying the show.
Well, Kuntu as well.
Yeah, he's a legend.
You were Jaikra.
No, yeah.
Wow.
Kuntu is in, but now he's more into mentoring.
Yes,
it's a Newton na Obi, but it's a Newton and no CSC or Pepe come.
Nice.
He's a wonderful. Share, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, Chiaro. Cabo.
Champion. Yes, BBI fine. Nah.
Nakado.
Yes. The vice president of Wontumi Sports. The Mrazu here, Juma den. Mrani dear. Law no the SC de Juma because Ocean will be TT of Fan so I apply law no.
Allah. Inti. Wontumi me
Debbie the force. My friend, Pam, I know what's this the moment. Baza, I'd rather raise you open the idea.
Well, raise it baza.
Me too. I
did another starters. And you cocktail no me. Ye
is there to give me a moment and you better train.
It's not the bias. You the doors. I'll say a doors. You go to.
I promise. I did what can you graduate?
I don't feel it there. He said the end of year party maybe a mamo.
Oh, too much.
I know 22nd December. Na me aduma. Na me say be chance ya to susu no.
Ko di pa bi boto mo a. Kan ma me
na sa party na no for.
Zao.
Because they were
the end of year party in the embassy. You know, from here, you back pet machine sound.
Many ya uni. Many ya uni. Oh, we have a
no vote of thanks be as every day man.
Vote of thanks
DJ.
Oh, I don't come use phone.
Because music is the life of every party.
Wins, I say. Spring roll come home. First spring roll. Per wins.
You fly without wings. What's life? So I can't check it out. Hello, but fancy idea. Because from the start, was that there were even delays in HS near there. But a new sustaining BBR. So DJ Kuskus, why are there? Oh, why are there?
My old
the best dancer, so I just saw us.
Slim Master.
Oh, okay, oh yeah, truly. He was the life of the party. I saw the French the way we name. And as a bonnet,
phone now me as no idiot.
As a bonnet that of the year. Excellent.
Oh, follow the sunny virus.
Ambi is a nice girl. Shadrach, what's up? No,
was nice.
Virus at your phone.
Shadrach, check what's up. Virus at your phone. As a bonnet fan.
Hey, Newton.
I saw waiting in Spain. No, who formula
need to say we are seeing the dead.
And you will be dead.
Formula 1 car. You don't come a patch out.
Formula 1 block here. Oh, come here. Look, see me quite over member reverse crown of Madame.
Awesome.
Oh, super.
I know which laptop name phone.
No. Naka so my background story to you know. I saw no name produce me way. Me video kakra. Me video kakra.
I can never be on was Michael.
We be chilling on and the
so no Sabian would never send me video number 4 years now. Channel. Omo yo I say no.
That mic back
full leg or no one leg.
Man you tell us how we must am
penny fasa. Hey.
How my can we never na castle.
Oh, okay.
Sir, after before number bahano now ma make we na me kan twade ne. Na twade no body pia glass na so e dey na ye.
Man flavor.
So tie no nti onum wi a.
Mo onum da ho.
Aga twade no. Na twade se be fie kam twa ba because
lemon.
There be we nko.
Because the pia so say am hu dey. Ka me
dey party dey na no watch you. Me say am dey dey no ma pi ba.
I had seen my $10. I haven't with $1 in man who was so many warning.
The mother Samuel you look at me.
Such one couple of books have said new Mr. Macado went up on only war. So what's your career?
Besides, or drilling was school.
When was it?
Or a drill or tennis, Mevantuma.
But they are part of man. And I said, no, my cocktail, their ring was all that.
Omomano pineapples and juice.
On one in the name. No, see, this straw, no,
pineapple, no, baby.
Now, look at how Tintesu, and one was unknown. So, one Tintesu experience, as a Tintesu, no one was only experience. Or better, we hear the same one Tintesu. On watching what you move in the so, Sanchez, what Tiani was over, Fena Uba, or you say, Head and Sano, or going, you thank you.
Oh, and then you're celebrating my U season. No, cake in there, man.
Say Manchester for trophy. Because I'm coming a man you need. And your money birthday cake at the man you know. So good to man you for Hamazao. Oh, Mahano. Also, I don't. I'm Marimbo, or Dampamuti, or be say a couple for MP. And now. Because I know political suit name. Shoot. And the Chelsea boot. So they say, oh, desert today, and your Chelsea boot. And I'm not Chelsea boot. And I'm trying to answer, and I'm saying, now, ora. So dollars are mad over to ora. It's more than my children.
Oh, my
God. Pressure kunipa stress.
Oh yeah stress.
And I was kind of manager also saw your friend
the celebrity
manager.
Yeah, of course.
Celebrity manager Ambi and I feel legends or 7 your friend and the attack on power your friend on himself or legends
the best for Michiamu nyina samo TV papa ashe station papa asha Wontumi TV honum na ubenya sports papa your friend me Nancy me ejuma wo Ambi restaurant bye
Idi Ede Alaji me ejuma wo Ambi restaurant keep watching Wontumi sports papa.
Hello, please, my name is Regina. I work at Ambi Restaurant. Please keep watching Wontumi Sports. Thank you.
Ambi phone no yada maseno na mo reception.
Okay, see also no kita pizza no.
Sir.
Oja pizza no.
Oja pizza no.
Oja pizza no.
I go to phone na
oja video de to so.
Oja pizza o kita pizza box or some size.
Oja pizza no.
Alcohol is not good. Alcohol is good, man. Alcohol is not good, man. Alcohol is not good.
Alcohol is not good.
No.
It's not good.
On ma ko kreni. On ma ko dia ke ko.
Oja pizza o. Rebecca me fa kan money ntwi. But my son, no cherry lorry. No, son come holiday. But I am your show into the man. Cherry lorry. For me, I'm promise one of me brepa. Me never send me your salam the boy, never for me stop. Tinez and Yamin Kwan and I'm Santa. Now, Sharak, no, yeah, friend, I'm on fat.
Dano.
So no obed man ka fine. Oh yeah. One full bia ko no besen ko share so. Did say the aso buy a channel.
No be say me say senior na and the watcher. And
go
me na pasa me audio betum say I'm sick, but let me voice
Obosh mama be obi ofio. Na kwa na mredu man.
But let me voice am be ya. E be fit your voice.
I'm sorry ko. Meza anyame sure na eno no my 5 pa yentimi nko deep and say na betimi ai na message so nyame adom bia 5 eno wo couple ye won say we say boat
we dey kakra bi na afi yen sorry so na yen ko yenim na bibia nya kama mama me Abdul Aziz Isa say Abdul eko Barcelona say jan ko mo hwe say nyoma be ko ye London ano di ko rem ne mom Barca for na ntimi antrega deal no optional to buy no more intimi and they said the reporter ban say boy no aba back na afi obeto aso na nuama enye kama no kakra efri on meba na mo dro no mo de wo mu ewo eno yensem kakra efri o every eba krobia kumasi asandoro ko 2 players yes the vice president of Wontumi Sports Makadunye na the woman say kwampoku ene Andrews anti manu womienu e wa Accra sisi omo ye documentation a omo ye so omo trip no betimi de akọ London na ye four nation tournament na ye kobo no nuama itimi aye kama eno nsem na ye de tudwa ama na dey e o show no so nti won nsem no na yera aye friend say Randy Abi ono and the Black Stars Management Committee chairman or the atuda say team no be assemble on Sunday e wo London na afi omo aboabo mo na tournament no enso etimi aba so into a confirm every ama say the Black Stars omo players no enso be rem e wo London e ho nsem kakra and the day mau and a day e wo show no so ho nsem eno no na the om and said the Ghana Football Association said the enuama ACL kono yentie you're around here be on Black Stars preparation towards the.
I think that team will assemble in London on the 25th and they would have 3 training sessions before our first game on the 28th against Nigeria. There are quite a number of players who are injured. I'm sure that you follow the news, so you know they are injured. There are a few who are also engaged in qualifying games for Europe, and so their clubs will not release them. Mind you that this period is outside the FIFA free period, and so for those whose leagues will still be in session and they are still in contention, they might not be available, plus the injured players. But I think that the coach is going to present quite a good crop of players who would go out there. This is part of our preparations towards the September and October World Cup qualifying games, and so we would wait to see the players that will finally be available, and we'll see how we would fare in the 2 games that will be played.
You're around the Abbey area to the room now. To us a quick one now in Como and to us on Fenfru the GFE Omo and so any start time reports and in Coma Banase Omo Panash Banase contract and areas and committee me as an Yadia say to me a cointy communicate no Abba IFND to just say Omo and sa negotiations the yet and say Omo so many start time a bit me room na fee Woma to us on Bia Omo so to me about Sogana ye league no Nenra and a game no about so has a vocal many Accra Lions and the boy has HL3 Accra Lions take no emu ebako now her highlight na team say boys Nenra one game no na no she goes no so change game no and a ye highlight at the amount kind catches African Magic TV Woma Daroma and a yenya sa video ya ye de emao enano pay e show no so after say game no eba na we coach Abubakar Watara e kasa de nsem kakra e today betie coach in sama what to the head of na say before so mo ebo game after game no nsem odi to the post match e coach Watara kakra odi to the in yentie coach na yento aso.
It's difficult mentally. So many things happen. So many rumors came out before a match. You understand? That's difficult to understand what is happening, what is the truth, what is not the truth, to try to convince, to explain some things for the boys. I don't want to go in deep here. There's so many rumors coming. The whole week.
Nyame adomo china ana yenya games na to us Gold Stars any Asante Kotoko 3 p.m. Dreams any Brekum Chelsea 3 Bechem United any Basaka Oli Stars ebebo aduana any Legon Cities Nations any FC Samatex Young Apostles any Out of Lions and a Vision any Karela and so ebebo game ebeba live on TV no Kotoko any Gold Stars a game no dance park be live on TV na coach Frimpong Manso akasa ahead of the game what in sem kakra edi atuja say the team na prepare womo ebe face Kotoko approach womo the rem coach Frimpong Manso edi kakra atuja.
Team against Kotoko Bia is a tough match because of the followers now Omo and this time round almost so they are in contention also so upper league no but then if you want to be a champion there it means it doesn't matter the opposition and you need to also fight and then win the game. That is what we should do. We should try and then win the game.
Well, any and some kakra from my dear coach and some the Charles Camara and so then some kakra to one also chess supporters umbe him support our dance park nyame adomoti beti Charles Camara kakra on so edituda.
One day Ubi and Kancho, I fully prepared. Ubi responded to training very well. Bia Equi, ya boy and hope say eda kwesiara de kwan bia so ene mu de be say na the best team will win. Thank you.
Okay, going into this game no saying players no more akasafa.
Going into this game no enye adebia a very different thing am I because Oshay players I were you could very experienced side or me very very matured, you know. Akasa who be brave, edidi who come be brave and I match in match bia. Because say who be after so and I say you could be so could be Danny Dana and the no any because so aye media kosa match you.
Nyankopon ya ma Sunday
coach Abdul Karim Zito and Edini Trato and also Nenia Bre say game we as offer 3 points. Coach Ekasai and also your preparation approach how they call games in no a different from where now and also Akasa area found say yes and okay Blue Stars approach a different.
This is a team that is questioning trying to win the league. So definitely they will never sit down for anybody to stop them from winning the league. And we are also want to be competitive in the quest for the league. So definitely it will be very tough for both of us. It won't be easy. It will be very tough for both of us. Even though they start advantage, because if you are going to play at home, we really have the advantage more than the person coming. But that will not deter us from coming in for what we want.
Coach,
new coach Akasa.
Yes.
What he coach for 4 months so what he Charles Kamara has so Ewini Watara Enra so Shemiansa. Now also the team boss about here Manchester United. Watara so a fan of Man U pa and Yasem get to Accra. Okay, into it.
Yeah, couple me that say Aziz Isa story now we a hami in a way, but I hami be brisa.
Okay.
Yeah, I hami be brisa. Hami one age no still he's a young guy. The man had say onwa mu begia to say he has to come back once again.
Okay.
The dream was so huge. I mean from dreams na quickly unya Barcelona akwa room say Barca so Athletic A now no and yet to say chidi o.
Yeah.
He's just knocking at the senior team. I want about the free buy.
Yeah.
Every player be able to Barca senior team Atletico I just no win for baby. So oko no na madwini nyina kire me say baby Aziz Adru die so born ho so no yire ne ho pa. I mean look couple Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
Top scorer of the competition. All we know who the best players are. He was also part of it. Aziz as a number 10, the flamboyancy of his game and his dominance on the left foot, you know, it gives me a deep knowledge about who he can become.
Okay.
But couple, maybe I'm coming now. Me person me try to do say. Our Barcelona there, number 10 position, your friend the premium position.
Okay.
So we a defender now we academy the probability of you getting into the senior team no it was so passing so we are crash you saw extreme look Barca team no before the team na Lamine a woman or Baba Barca senior team no and Lamine no leader of that team no a Mark Bernal young guy no more the ball 6 Uprania ACL no he was a captain
of that team
the best player arguably of that team no
okay
Omo na even in Nakrana Makasa Domokra Baba Ramaman for oh, say team no crowd so other quality players. No, I am telling you, say Barcelona technical department no, they are still waiting on Mark Bernal so beba.
Yeah.
Say team no de la me free buy no. Na that's a video kwa winger. Mark Bernal, the best player in the team is in a winger.
Okay.
Oh, any Lamine are ready there. Let me be send me enko. You see? Yeah. So in the final third wins number 10 ho striker ho there. So we Barca young boy that will bar
competition no soon.
Couple competition no soon.
Doing a development chroma no nyama basic and nyama be na arena because born no do ball.
First of all, a loan and a loan here 1 year. So within that 1 year no assessment no our main Barca for no.
But what I guess by 26 minutes.
What you say?
Yeah.
And now team na Athletic A no mo bono so ye demoti. Ye demoti.
Okay.
A free Athletic A on bet me demoti Barca for na mo mako and you promote. And it's so how you play competitive games even though a developmental stage for the senior team but almost also competitive games. It may fun say be a Barca for Aziz age 10 age 8, age 12, be no more than a bar. There could have been more time.
God, I'm really hope.
1 year per loan or boy. It is a year. I mean, talent to be
exceptional.
1 year is swag.
Because I also be brio hodi I be mwako.
Charlie 1 year per day. Yam how who could chase be. This is La Masia. This is extreme.
Okay.
And it wasn't Aziz alone. Omoko Mali, Omoko Senegal, Kofifa, or da Bobo. Omoko is a place to be breed ya bar or more sheshe. Me can make us what should these guys are? Basa for Mufi Africa, Diakoya, enter and see.
Yeah.
But a children who say, oh, they are casting their net more wider. On a Makofa Aziz, Somra. So couple 1 year need you Summer Aziz 2. Age no call, you know, Wahusika. Ono Aziz na mu no Wahusika. As say o moving ya ball. But be nothing should stop him in terms of the growth as a player.
Okay.
And I would never advise say back to dream someone fan North Africa ho. Aziz, what when your ball be a ball Belgium hono.
Yeah.
I mean he's talented. What when your Portugal a ball me. French league, you know, obet me a ball. Aziz in ball.
No, I'm praying one corner of Africa.
Aziz can still play in Europe. The confidence is how could you run Leicester City team no all back kakra no. ABS how could call Basa and can also be back
dropping.
But talk about Leicester and then Basa. Look at the difference, the margin don't want to. It talk on Leicester no crowd. Okay, I'm going to call Sporting how baby and son. And Sporting says it's how could as a 150 how yes we say and Yakupo ya duma Leicester for funny. And yes similar situation won't come in.
Yeah.
So I feel say Aziz won't come. Who can convince me Aziz want to win more championship? Championship here Aziz bebo. Obet my ball French league and the Sunyama more boy who more Aziz on your coach or Ginny, a developmental coach who has the idea, knows his profile.
Obenne
channel couple. So my Aziz in yare ho.
Okay.
Ma on yare ho.
And you said back a man for how do trade on Facebook. Oh now.
They make who I want to Aziz 100 I am telling you. Me because I think like a coach, and I see say, look at Modric, Mike ne yeti ayebona basui or survive war, or survive Croatian fight for independence, and some one and now Modric now Cologne now 1 year and fan out church and say, oh Bunabama na ubu hoyabam. He Aziz has to know say it's part of life.
Okay.
And Basa no his position as a number 10 no the crop of talents at Basa were already. No, not within that space of 1 year, no. But yeah, it's just a doorstep for Aziz.
Okay.
Now, in Pobasa for Anfano, my mention of the mileage of the Amano.
Eso.
Bra. Yanfano. But just you know, man. Look, go to transfer market, take time. Na Google before Kobasa no, any the value,
a cost
increment abeka home. So now
brand alone.
Bra. No, Aziz, you should rather take it from here.
Okay.
On fine free happy no uncle. Na agent managers are I guarding no. The next step. Baby, I'll wait to move. But Basa and for 1 year there. Any issue crack.
Whoa. Say Yamre Naso.
Aso couple. Couple time.
Say producer say ready and one Kubo.
Okay, ya wada beba. We san kan wala no.
No. Ti ni ube da say. Ma me conduct amuzi ona mi nin komo and area she pass the new team. Okay. Dr. Amuzu 7 catch us say oya de no de break. Now more Amuzu P e we German so Amuzu eba me sha e we German so garlic and so